What's up, everybody? Welcome to Arcade Spirits, Part 2, Chapter 2. Hello, happy Sunday. How's it going? Hope you're ready to romance some arcade workers today, because I know I am. Arcade workers and arcade attendees. Yeah. So, I guess this game is just kind of quiet as far as OBS is concerned, but some of the sound effects are a little bit loud. I did my best to balance it, but some of it may still stick out. I restarted my computer, obviously. I also restarted the Xbox, did all that sort of stuff. This is just one of those games that are pretty quiet, so that's okay. And I say that quiet is like as far as like my own personal stuff. Like looking at the OBS stuff is a little odd, but that's okay. I'm having a good time with it. I'm having a great time with it, actually. Check that. Upgrade it. Yeah. Hope everyone's having a good Sunday. I don't know if I already said that. But here we go. Chapter 2, Level 2. They said it's like it's a visual novel. So I'm like, oh, novels are chapters. Level 2. If you missed yesterday's part, we are playing as, of course, Kesha, and we just started a job at an arcade. We met some people. We met like 6 people, I guess. 7 if you count her best friend. And, yeah. The year is... This is... Or it is... Oh boy, we're off to not a good start. Hang on. Hold on. Put on my reading eyes. It is the future year 20XX. And you know what? Things are pretty okay. I've worked as a floor attendant at the Funplex for 2 weeks now. Hard work to be sure, but rewarding. In a spiritual sense, at least. I've helped Naomi repair pinball games. I've had tea with Francine while she reminisced about the far-out 1906X. 6X's? Boop. Whatever. I've evacuated gamers when the kitchen accidentally caught on fire. I've had numerous kids puking up nachos on my clothes. I've scraped gum off any number of surfaces. I've chased down what turned out to be entirely too many spiders out of a single skee ball machine. Okay, look, I know I'm not painting this as a very rosy picture so far, but honestly, I'm happy. I'm happy even amidst the chaos and the grossness. I'm happy. That's all that matters, right? Right, you're happy. This is Juniper, our best friend. We live together. This is the best I've seen you in ages, Kesha. Before you come home all drained and exhausted. Now, well, you're still tired, but good tired. My roommate Juniper, she's taken to stopping by during her lunch break whenever she could get away from her office cubicle job long enough to do so. It's still hard work, don't get me wrong. But overall, it's good work. I just feel good. Totally good and stuff.
Yes.
Good. Agreed. Super good. Double plus good. Iris, we talked about you listening in on my conversations. What did I tell you about that? To pretend I wasn't eavesdropping whenever I am? Or even when I am? Exactly. You know, I'd be more upset about my creepy privacy invading digital omnistress over mistress. But I have to admit that Iris really pulled through for me. Even if she also ordered a 3-month supply of pizza bagels on my behalf.
When you have pizza
But Kesha,
on a bagel.
when pizza's on a bagel... So, Juniper, how long do you have left on your break? Any time to squeeze in some pinball or something? I can spot you tokens. No can do. Our new assistant synergy master arranged a team building exercise. I have to, like, move colored bits of paper around or something, and then exchange high fives. Assistant Synergy Manager? That sounds like a very vague job. Nah, it's actually entry level. Good pay, right on track to middle management. Pretty cushy, if a bit dull. Funny thing is, they asked me if I knew anybody who'd fit in before they started advertising for candidates, and I said nope. Who'd want to do that? When was this exactly? Oh, 2 weeks ago. So 2 weeks ago. Right when I needed to find work, you told them you didn't know any good candidates for a well-paying entry-level job.
Oh.
Oh,
Well, but you wouldn't have liked being an assistant synergy manager, right? Not one bit.
Juniper. Please tell me you told them no because I'd already taken this job by that point, not because you forgot.
Hey, I didn't forget. I just, didn't bother telling you about the open position that night. I mean, you'd already had so many jobs you hated. I knew you'd hate being an assistant synergy manager, so I didn't feel the need to tell you. And it all worked out, right? You just spent the last 5 minutes telling me how happy you are here.
Not a lie, I was happy here indeed. Also not a lie, having packed pizza bagels for lunch after having pizza bagels for breakfast because we barely had enough money to cover the rent this week pulled together. Also not a lie, Gavin is constantly hiding the numbers from us, insisting things were fine while dryly joking about about perpetually being on the edge of crash and burn. Also not a lie, that every time someone in my family tried to chase after their happiness instead of stability, we fell deeper and deeper into debt and misery.
Ooh.
Kesha, say something. You're scaring me. When I lost my lifeguard job, I barely reacted. Didn't care that I was impoverished again and facing an uncertain future. I guess one of those nasty side effects of no longer going with the flow is no longer being numb to the reality of your situation. But I shouldn't feel upset. I've been genuinely enjoying my new job. I've restored my sense of hope, and my days can. It's restored my sense of hope that my days can be something to live through, not just endure. I have no right to be angry or upset at losing an opportunity at a safer, more stable future, right? It's okay. I'm where I want to be. Yeah, we'll go with that. So, I won't be angry or upset. Simple as that. I decided I was done compromising, right? Done with settling, going with the flow. I'm going to be the one to break the family curse. Chose this path of my own free will. Even if I didn't have all the facts at the time. But if I'm going to be honest, boundless confidence doesn't cover the simple fact that I chose to be vulnerable rather than safe. If the arcade closes, if anything goes wrong, still, no need to dump all of that on Juniper. It's okay, Juniper, you were right. I'd have hated that job. And things are great here.
Oh, good. You were kind of freaking me out. Trust me, it's the right decision. You'd learn to loathe working at my office, like I do. I mean, sure, the pay is good, and you get solid health insurance, and paid vacation time, and they have a sweet coffee shop right in the lobby. And these really great chairs that support your lower back, like $1,000 chairs from Sweden crafted by master chairsmiths.
Juniper, I said everything is fine. It's fine. Fine. Honestly, I'm okay. I mean, I won't deny that job would have been a safer bet. I want to contribute my fair share to the apartment rent, you know? But what's done is done. I'd rather look forward than back.
Right. Forget I said anything. Please forget I said anything. I'm sorry. I should have told you. I shouldn't have held that back. But I still wouldn't have pushed you to take the job. It's totally horrible at my office. You'd have been miserable there, like me.
Juniper, it's cool. You're right. I'd have hated it. Okay, good. Got a good feeling about this. I think you're right where you need to be, even if I was kind of dumb about getting you here. Hey, I gotta get back to the office. Have a good lunch, okay? I can feel the distant rumble of a frozen box of pizza bagels taunting me from the recently repaired employee break room. Yeah, okay. And you have a good rest of the hours of your day, yeah? You bet. I'm okay with this. Everything is fine. Right? Right. What I need right now is a distraction. And frozen pizza bagels are most certainly not it. My pocket money is already slim, but I think I need to step out for some fresh air and treat myself to a better lunch than that. And hey, maybe some company too. Nice and distracting. Talk to someone about anything other than this? Let's see. Who's available? Let's see. Percy, no. Queen Bee. Oh, no. Oh, God. Percy's taking a break. That's fine. Queen Bee is between matches right now. Teo's taking his, shaking it on Showtime stage. Ashley's not on mascot duty. Let's talk to Ashley. It's not often that both floor attendants can go on break at the same time. I should take advantage of that and see if Ashley wants to grab some chow. On the plus side, I will not be lunching with Pinky the Funplex Flamingo. She's in her civvies today.
Oh, hi!
Hey, Kesha, what's up? Kitchen on fire again? Not yet. And to avoid that happening again, I suggest having lunch somewhere else. You know, I was just about to suggest that. Both not burning down the kitchen and going out for a bite. Sounds great. Ashley's a well of infectious joy. I could really use some of that right now, especially after this morning. Oh, hey, I know where we could go. You haven't been to the whole story yet, have you? No, not yet. I've been existing off all those pizza bagels. I do love me some pizza bagels, especially the sausage ones. I wonder how they make all those tiny sausages fit on those bite-sized morsels. Like it's on a conveyor belt with lots of sharp blades? Chopping down at an insane speed? You wouldn't want to be caught under that. No way. Focus, Ashley. Whole story? Oh, yeah. It's this adorable little bookstore that also sells coffee and donuts. Get it? Whole story? Blah. Not a fan of puns, I take it. Nevertheless, I got a hankering for some mini donuts. Let's go. Despite coming to this little strip mall for 2 weeks, I haven't actually visited our neighbors. Mostly, I did whatever needed doing. Took orders from Gavin, lent a hand to Ashley and Naomi, things like that. Whatever the job happened to call for. No more, no less. Couldn't say I'd been a part of any community outside of the immediate circle of my coworkers, whereas the others visited Whole Story frequently. Ashley leads the way into a shop that smells strangely of dusty old books and sugary sweetness. I don't think I'd ever been into a little independent bookstore. Or a bookstore at all, for that matter. It's 20XX. Who buys books in brick and mortar stores anymore? But despite the subdued atmosphere compared to the arcade, there are customers present and accounted for, sipping coffee, reading old tomes, and yes, munching donuts. Ashley secures a tiny table for us before directing me to the bar. Hang on, what the heck's up with this menu? It's organized by the Dewey Decimal System? Nerds. I'll have the Judy Bloom. It's a bunch of mini donuts. Oh hey, my treat, okay? I mumble out thanks, but trying not to make a big deal of it. Cash is tight and boutique cafe pastries won't help my situation much. Oh, what up? Hello, gentlemen. A pair of middle-aged guys wait to take my order. Hey, I'd like, one super sweet glazed chocolate sprinkle, special surprise with orange juice. You know what? Surprise me with your favorite donut. No, come on, we want some orange juice. We want that OJ. I'll have the Shell Silverstein.
One chocolate with sprinkles and juice coming up.
The second fellow puts together my order and drops a small book of extremely silly poetry on the tray with it. Huh. A literary lunch.
With alliteration, apparently.
Ugh.
Say, you work at the Funplex, don't you?
Right. We've seen you walk past our doors every morning and evening.
Like clockwork, tick-tock.
Right. Sorry. I should have introduced myself. Floor attendant, Kasia Siebert, at your service. I'm your inside gal for tokens and tickets.
Oh, we are lousy at video games.
Totally lousy.
But Francine's just a peach, isn't she?
Sweetest dame you'll ever meet.
Regardless, welcome to The Whole Story. I'm Ben.
I'm Matt.
No relation to the actors.
Although they're cuties and so are we.
Oh, stop.
Stop being cute? Never.
Apparently the sugar is available in other forms than round and holy.
Anyway, don't let us stop you from having fun on your little date.
Wouldn't dream of it.
It's not a date. I desperately want it to be, but it's not.
Just friends then? Friendly friends on a play date?
Okay, Ben, I don't need your condescension right now, okay?
Maybe
I'm
the
trying to find
real
out
date
her
was
whole
the friends
story.
we made along the way.
I'd say the real friends were the friends we made along the way.
What if the way was also the real friends who were the real friends we made along the way?
Oh my god, they just have to top each other, don't
Okay,
they?
now you're just being silly.
And how?
These guys are great.
Anyway,
Next
next order, please.
The pair waves the next customer in as I return to Ashley's table, with our orders on a nicely decorated wooden tray.
Oh, wow!
These mini donuts are just so cute. Ashley holds up a tiny donut in her hand like a chipmunk holding an acorn. She looks down at the tiny pastry, and her eyes sparkle before she takes a bite. Closing her eyes, the corners of her mouth curl into a wide smile. Kesha, it's so yummy. I could eat these all day. I wish I could have Ashley's enthusiasm about eating food. The same old pizza bagels, day after day, is dulling out my palate. Ashley's face changes from pure delight to concern. Hey, Kesha, is everything okay? You aren't your normal self today. You seem a little off. It's been an interesting morning. Kind of hard to wrap my head around everything. Hey, I know how those days go. Even I feel lost and confused sometimes. Those are days when it's especially rough. You seriously, Little Miss Sunshine? I wonder what her best... You too, huh? Me too, huh? I guess it happens to the best of us.
I know it seems totally unlike me, but honestly, deep down I'm scared. I feel like I don't really know who I am. Every time I look at myself in the mirror, I don't know who this person is who is staring back at me. I mean, in my heart of hearts, I know I am Ashley Wolf, but that's all. What makes up Ashley Wolf? Who am I? Who am I really? That's what I'm searching for.
That took an unusually serious tone compared to Ashley's usual chipper attitude. And I can't say I entirely get what she means about not knowing who she is. Well, no, I kind of get it, considering I don't know what I want from life. What do you want and who you are often... What you want and who you are often linked ideas, right? But Ashley looks so forlorn. I can't just sit by and say nothing. I won't let the silence drown her out. I really don't know if I want... That might hurt her feelings. I don't know what Ashley hopes to find, but maybe I can help in some way. Just getting people talking about it can help. So, taking everything into consideration, what do you hope to discover about yourself? I don't know. Not exactly. Guess I just want to be happy with who I am. I can understand that. When I reflect on my life, I really do love cosplay. I love the rush it brings. I get to be whoever I want, whenever I want. I can be a spaceship or a starship captain, an elf, a giant pink flamingo mascot even. I don't have to worry about Ashley. I can focus on being someone else. I feel awkward in my own skin. When I'm in costume, I feel like I'm at my fullest potential. I feel comfortable. But I think cosplay has really helped me understand some things about myself that I wouldn't see before I started doing this. I just want to be able to love the person I am when I find them. Knowing you, I think you'll do just fine there. If you can smile for the kiddies through a pink flamingo mask, you can smile for yourself. I hope so. I really do. Ashley looks off again longingly for a second before snapping back to attention. Oh my, I just talked your ear right off.
Beep beep.
Lunchtime is over, Kesha. Right on time. Hey, thanks for listening, Kesha. I mean it. And you know, if you ever want to talk about your problems, I'm here. I mean it. I'm here at the Funplex, yeah? Uh-oh. But, like, I'm here for you, too. Okay? That's what friends are for. Oh, just friends. And I know I might totally be... what? And I totally know I might be overstepping my bounds here, but... I feel like lately you're just going through the motions at the Funplex. Huh? No, things are great with me in the Funplex. You punch in and punch out right on time, sure. But from what I've seen, Kesha, you have so much potential. From the flame burns deep inside you. You just gotta dig down and bring that light out, you know? You'll do great things, I just know it. And I've totally delayed you long enough. We should get back to Gavin before he notices we're gone. Time for the afternoon shift. That's usually when things heat up after the quiet mornings. More kids coming in after school, more pro gamers rolling in with crews. I head back to my desk, ready to take care of what needs taking care of, when I'm intercepted en route. Kesha, Ashley, you're both back. Good. I was hoping to catch you before we left. Oh, what's up? Hamza's up?
Okay.
He is? Huh. Okay. Ashley, I'll bring the van around shortly. Kesha, you'll be flying solo today. Hang on, what's happening exactly? Who's Hamza? Hamza's a game finder, an auctioneer, and gives next to no notice of when a new block of games will be going under the gavel. So we need to move. Ashley, Naomi, Francine, and I will be going to his auction for the rest of the afternoon while you run the Funplex. My first instinct is to nod and go along with it. Gavin's a law around these parts. But Ashley's words are still dangling in my mind. Doing what needs doing is great and all, but maybe I need to step up a bit more. Plus, the idea of being trapped in here during our heaviest hours with no support was hardly appealing. I feel like I shouldn't push my luck on that issue. What gives? I want this too. Let me tag along. You're trusting the Funplex to a newbie? I might burn it down. We'll just do this one. Me? Seriously? Did we learn nothing from the Great Kitchen Fire incident of 20XX that Kesha exudes an aura of perpetual bad luck? That cruddy old microwave exploding had nothing to do with your pizza rolls. Pizza bagels. Whatever. Hey, hang on. I get to say in this too, right? As a fellow floor attendant. I feel like such a third wheel at these auctions anyway. Like I should be the third wheel. Let me handle the floor. I'll be the finest third wheel you've ever met. Trust me. I want to do more than what I've been doing. Different things, new things. Show some initiative, like... I suppose it wouldn't change much to bring Kesha instead, but no costume time today. Actually, I need non-plush fingers on duty in case of ticket jams. Pinky can stay in storage for the afternoon. I'm just happy to be helping folks out one way or another. I need to go get the van. Wait out front, please. Looks like we get to go anyway. Well, we'll probably be closed by the time you get back, so I'll see you in the morning. Floor attendant Ashley away. Bye, my love. Oh, Naomi. Hi, my love. Leaving me outside with my two traveling... What? Leaving me waiting outside with my two traveling companions. Not much time to chat, however, as Gavin pulls his van and a rental trailer around. Oh my, how exciting. I rarely go on adventures these days. It's just a quick trip, ma'am. Any trip is an adventure if you make it one. Shall we? 4 of us pile in, and it's off to the highway. Francine's asleep. That's a very mystery van colored van. Gavin, consulting a driving map on his phone, leads us out of the city via a series of weird turns and back roads. Trust me, this will save time in the long run. Where's Hosma set up this time? On site is some abandoned estate just outside of town. It's about to be torn down, but they found a trove of arcade games in the basement. So exciting. I love arcade raids. Arcade auctions. Raids. Auctions. You guys got an arcade to English dictionary I could borrow? Francine, without looking up from her knitting, answers. A raid is when a bunch of collectors get together and rescue games before they can be junked by their original owner. An auction is where someone sells off their arcade games one at a time to a crowd of active bidders. So, which is this, a raid or an auction? It's both, dearie. Hosma, that sweet boy, buys up private collections before they can be thrown away. He rescues them from that terrible fate and auctions off what he finds. Sort of. Okay, now I'm fuzzy on the sort of part. I'm the newbie here, remember? Well, okay. Hosma obviously auctions off games for cash money, but he's a very whimsical kind of guy. Once I saw him trade a vintage Burger Time trademark in exchange for someone's super secret chili recipe passed down through generations of family. That is awesome. In other words, he's just on the edge of being a loon. This would be a lot simpler if it was just a raid. We pay up front, we declare the games we want, and we cart them away. Instead, he ambushes us with these impromptu auctions and makes us come down there to entertain his whims.
Wonderful.
I think he's sweet. He wants to make sure the games go to good homes, people who really want them, even if they can't pay. And really, we should be honored that we get an invitation. He's trying to cut the big old franchise arcades like Deco's Place. He's trying to cut out the big franchise arcades like Deco's Palace and help the little guys, like us. Is inefficient and relies entirely on keeping Hosma's good side. Huh? Gavin's right. It could be a lot simpler. Helping out the little guys sounds good here. Helping out the little guys. I'm guessing Hosma is the sort of person who would let a kid have the game of his dreams for free. He doesn't care about money, he cares about people. Am I right? Correctamundo. Oh yeah, we got +1 Naomi. We gotta fuck her. Hosma's a great guy. Is he hard to predict? Sure. But he's got a big heart, and that means something in this business. Not enough big hearts left some days. Yes, because that's how you pay bills and keep the doors open, by having a big heart. I won't deny we can sometimes squeak out a trade that's practically a steal, thanks to his personal modus operandi, but let's not push too far here. We need to temper our expectations a little, I suspect.
I think not.
We don't have room to add in many more games, especially relics like Hosma usually deals in. What about the off-storage unit? We can just rotate games in and out more often. Nearly full to bursting, and not cheap for us to rent on a monthly basis. I'm not saying we have to go home empty-handed. Certainly a few holes on our roster we can fill, should we find an excellent deal and beat the other bidders. But consider this above anything else a way to maintain relations with Hosma, even if we don't end up bidding.
Aww.
Now, Naomi. Gavin knows the numbers. I'm in favor of making our little funplex more and more fun, but floor space is finite. And Gavin, remember, if we find some darling little game Naomi would lavish adoration upon, we can always retire an older game. Life, my young friends, is a series of trade-offs.
Well, isn't it better to, not settle and compromise all the time?
Well, now, there are trade-offs, and there are trade-offs. It's silly to say that you should never compromise, as silly as it is to say you should always compromise. It's what you compromise that defines who you are. You're all so young yet. You've time to make mistakes in learning what trade you need to make.
Unless you don't make rent on your apartment or your stomach's growling. Iris and Juniper have pushed me to stop settling for less out of life, to stand up for myself and my happiness. And I've done just that without regret. So, everything should be fine now, right? Right? New default topic conversation. The weather. Well, at least it's a nice day for an outing, right? It's fucking rip. Oh, come on. Wonderful. Glad I packed plastic bags to wrap cabinets in, just in case. That's our Gavin, always thinking ahead. Trying to protect your investments, huh? From Hosma's invitation, it seems this arcade was largely abandoned and left to rot. I'd rather not add water damage to the ailments the games are already suffering. It's so sad when we come across a wonderful game that's just ruined beyond repair. Most collectors show their collections a lot of love, but others just don't care. Find old games in barns exposed to the elements and falling apart. I suppose that's one thing we can easily agree on. It's important to take care of your games. For their resale value, you mean. A broken game's no fun to play with, and it's a shame to see a classic in terrible condition. Consider pinball. Pinball games are very prone to breakdowns, particularly older ones. To experience them in their glory, you need to show them care. Even beyond a busted game earning no quarters, it feels like a waste to allow an enjoyable game a lie follow. What? It's a waste to allow an enjoyable game lie follow. A waste of true potential. Huh, good point. Glad to see these two are getting along better, even if Naomi kept preemptively attacking him along the way then. With the rain pouring down on the van roof, the conversation gets a bit difficult. Gradually, everybody resumes fiddling about their phones, knitting, or driving, leaving me to wonder exactly where this auction and/or raid is happening. We've been driving for some time, leaving the city far behind. What would a massive trove of arcade games be doing this far out in the sticks? Maybe it's some closed-down roller rink, or an old bowling alley, or maybe it's a creepy old house that's likely haunted by exactly 87,194 ghosts. Ah, the classic Siebert luck in play. So majestically awful. Gavin pulls up alongside any number of other vans and trucks. We're a little late, it seems. Good grief, this is really the auction site. Creepy. Definitely creepy. At least an 8 on the creepometer. An old home has character, I feel. Let's not judge it by its exterior, shall we? With all speed, the group hurries inside to get away from the weather. A large group has already gathered in the foyer of the crumbling estate, but one rushes forward to greet us in a blur. The others pay little mind.
Greetings, friends.
Oh, I love this guy.
Hamza welcomes our friends from the Funplex. Welcome, welcome.
So Hamza.
Gavin, stalwart as ever. Naomi, love what you've done with your hair. Miss Francine, a beauty surpassed only by your wisdom.
Oh, fresh. She's like, I'm looking... Would you like to die doing what you love? Making passionate love with me?
And a new player, it seems. Who might you be?
I'm Kesha Siebert.
I see. Greetings to you and yours. I am known as Hamza, seeker of antiquity, finder of things lost, player of games. And welcome to, well, not my home, but a place where Hamza shall provide hospitality regardless.
Thank you for your gracious invitation. Thank you for your invitation, Mr. Hamza. I understand you only invite a select few. The Funplex is proud to accept your summoning. Now you sound like me. Indeed, I am very careful. Who I allow to my events. These machines deserve owners who will respect and appreciate them. Hamza will accept nothing less. Alas, I've not a moment to enjoy your fine company, Kesha Siebert. Perhaps later, but for now, it is time. Clapping twice for attention, Hamza rallies a small crowd into the room to begin the proceedings. Friends, companions, longtime allies of the noble art of the arcade, welcome. Well, welcome to Donnawood. Its story begins nearly 30 years ago when legendary pop musician Donna Michaels, singer of such hits as Thrilling and Mama Don't Mope, did Pleasure Dome Decree, That's just a weird... You don't have to be quite so theatrical, sir, though I am kind of digging it. Here, the reclusive idol crafted a private amusement park, a petting zoo, and an arcade. Alas, she could only enjoy this paradise for a short 10 years before her tragic death. Needless to say, the estate has fallen on hard times ever since. In this year, it shall be torn down to make way for condominiums. But not before we have our say.
Friends? Those games that Donna Michaels cherished still lurk one floor below, ready to be rescued from such a terrible fate. It is our moral imperative to do so. I have paid the estate owners a princely sum for the entire lot. Now, Hamza parcels them out to you. By all means, browse the collection. See which pieces sing out to you. On the far table, you shall find refreshments, grapes, sparkling wine, and delicacies from my travels. Mingle, cavort, and we shall begin the auction in 1 hour's time.
God, this is awesome. I love what this guy's doing. It's fantastic. Indeed, a lavishly arranged table that probably cost more than any single arcade game to put together is descended upon by the invitees soon after. I feel like I'm attending some sort of ancient Roman celebration of debauchery and gluttony, not an arcade raid, or an arcade auction, or whatever. Donna Michaels, I knew it! I should have recognized Donna Wood when we pulled in, but it was raining too hard. Who? You've never heard of Donna Michaels? She was the hottest musical actress of 1980X. Naomi, I was born in 1990X. I'm totally plugging my phone into the van stereo so we can blast Girls Just Want to Play Games all the way home. But first, I'm going to go check out the cabinets in our arcade. I'm not really into mingling later. Mingle with me. Mingle with me. No? Okay. She dashes off with all speed, heading for the stairs landing below. Suppose I should go network a bit. Hamza's events always draw an interesting crowd of rival arcade owners. Okay. Heading off to the foodstuffs, Gavin arranges himself a plate so he has an excuse to hang around and eavesdrop on other collectors, leaving me to do stuff. Now we see why Ashley was bored of these events. Gavin schmoozes, Naomi analyzes finds, and Francine's already napping in a chair. I've got nothing to do. Well, when in doubt, find someone who knows what they're doing and stick to them like glue. Go browse the games with Naomi? Absolutely. Not really interested in the arcade version of Game of Thrones going on up here. Gavin can handle those guys. Me, I want to see the legendary arcade Hazma was talking up. So I head downstairs and join Naomi. Whoa. Is this a private collection or a full-fledged arcade? I was expecting a handful of games and a pool table or something. But this is easily 3 times larger than the Funplex itself. Even coated in dust and disrepair, it's awe-inspiring. And it's also hard to find anyone in this maze of tightly packed games. Invitees are browsing the available stock to decide what's worth bidding on, making it crowded as well. But eventually, I locate Naomi, practically cuddling a narrow-looking TMNT machine. Oh, thank you, yes. Kesha, look, a 2-player variant of TMNT. These were only released in the Oceania region. Such a rare find. Wait, wasn't that game originally 4-player? Why would anybody want a version with only 2 joysticks? Well, because, I mean, it's rare. It's a find. And it's less fun. Not the point? Anyway, it's hard to find one of these 2-player or 4-player machines. I'd love to have it for the arcade. I'd love to have that. And this one, and oh, if only I could take all of these home with me. I mean, surely... some of these have water damage. Others likely have busted CRTs and controls. They all need work, but... I recall the game she was working on when I first met her. Extensive repairs needed, just to make it playable. So not only would you have to bid on and win the game, but you'd have hours of work and plenty of spare parts to purchase ahead of you. I know, isn't it great? Okay, is there a nice way to say this? No, there's no way. No. No. None of these options are good. I want the TMNT machine. I want the 2-player. It's rare. I will take that. I know you're the... Okay. Hey, Naomi, a quick question. How many games do we have in storage right now, waiting for the same restoration treatment? And how many games on the floor need a tune-up? Let's see. I know there's 3 on the floor right now that need reproduction side art decals and Pac-Man trademarks. Marquee is a bit dim. Plus, there's 4 or 5 in our rental storage that in our storage. Plus, there's 4 or 5 in our rental storage unit that I still need to get around to. 2 of which have dead monitors. So can you really take on more projects right now? Putting in context all the work that's ahead of her seems to bring her back down a bit. I could make the time. I can get it all done, and then some. I'm sure of it. I mean, Naomi sighs, frustration building.
It's
not fair. Oh, she's talking. My apologies.
I know. I mean, I'm not dense. I know there's only so much we can realistically do. So many projects I can actually take on. But I wish I could do more. I wish we could do more. The Funplex has never really been a success. Even before I came on board, it was always struggling to stay afloat. I joined it because so few arcades still have the games I love. But I can't turn our situation around, can I? No matter how hard I try. This was my first job. Part of me is hoping it'll be my last job, too. That I can happily spend all my days tinkering with these wonderful games. Every kid says they want to be a fireman or an astronaut or a robot cop or something, but nobody actually ends up doing that. Except me. I wanted to fix up arcade games, and that's what I'm doing. It's all I ever wanted to do. So, when I see all these old, broken games, I just want to show them the love I can give. I could be happy working on them for the rest of my life.
Wow, that's dedication. And really, you went straight from school to an arcade job? I mean, I've meandered from job to job, never really sure what I wanted. That's normal, right?
Yeah!
Oh, definitely. I'm the oddball here. It's funny, I followed my heart and found just what I wanted what I needed, and now I'm scared someday it'll all come to an end. The Funplex will close.
And if the Funplex goes under, I really don't know what I'm gonna do. All I ever wanted was to work in an arcade. And I'm literally living my dream.
Okay, now I feel bad for bringing down her day. Hey, look, you never know, right? Maybe we'll get lucky, we'll find a new game down here that brings in thundering herds of players. Right. It's a slim hope, and we both know it, but Naomi clings to it immediately, eagerly. My low bank account balance and grumbling stomach mean I need to cling to that hope as well. I made my choice, now I need to make that choice work. We just need to find the right game, something nobody's played in a long time, something that'll tug at the nostalgia strings. It's difficult finding the right balance, especially in the year in 20XX. A lot of these games are on life support, borrowed time. But they can be repaired, right? Well, yeah, for now. But CRTs, the monitors that power these old games, before LCDs and now 3D flats started replacing them, they're in short supply. Nobody makes them anymore. I mean, who buys tube-based TVs anymore anyway? Nobody. It's all high definition and dumb 3D projection tech that looks awful. Nobody appreciates a good CRT anymore. Aren't high-def displays way cheaper though? I've seen some old games running them in older arcades. They're wrong, is what they are. Ooh, we have scorned her. Those games weren't designed for those pixel-perfect flat panels. They're designed for fuzzy tubes. The picture looks weird on an LCD. Even 2 weeks in, I'm still fuzzy on lots of this stuff. But I grew up in the internet age. I'm a silicon literate. I've got options. Let's use LCDs to bash people over the head and make their vision blurry. How about we buy some cheap and common games and got them for spare CRT? That's not a bad idea. Can we simulate the fuzzy image and still use an LCD? So, it's a problem of having spare parts on hand, long term. Short of building our own factory of cranking out TV tubes, there's a temporary fix. Buy some cheap common games and use them as organ donors.
Ugh.
And ruin a classic? Oh, we have misstepped. Cheap and common, Naomi. Not some rare find, but one that's still readily available. We can even keep the cabinet itself so it can be restored later if need be. Point is, mixing and matching the guts will keep more fragile games afloat.
Makes sense.
Well, I mean, okay. Yeah, that does make sense. And I bet I could sell Gavin on that idea too. We need more rental storage, but it'd mean ordering less parts and less downtime. Okay, I'll see if there's anything down here nobody would want and nobody would need.
Thank you.
You know, I'm glad you're here with us at the Funplex. Whether you take my side or Gavin's side, it's just nice to have someone who cares about games around. Ashley's fun, but she's way more into cosplay than gaming. But it's kind of odd, you know? What? Feeling like I'm not alone. I know that sounds dramatic, but I'm used to toiling away my little workshop, with Ashley and Gavin not really caring about the things I love. They're kind enough to me and friendly, well, Ashley is, but ever since you showed up, I feel like there's someone with me. It's odd. I'm not complaining though. I guess it just takes getting used to after years of feeling perfectly content to be alone. Away from strangers, crowds, it's not really my thing. I don't like the network. I don't like to network like Gavin does or socialize like Ashley does. And now I'm making things weird, so I'm gonna stop there. Besides, I'm just about done taking inventory down here. How about you and I? Suddenly, stomping and shouting. Shouting and stomping feet on the floor above. What the? Sounds like there's a fight or something going on up there. I think we better go see what's what. Quickly, we hurry upstairs. What's going on? I heard shouting. Hazma has ejected a representative of the Dark Carnival known as Deco's Palace from our midst, and not soon enough, in Hazma's opinion. I was trying to be theatrical, but I don't think it really worked. Oh, okay, I guess everything's fine then. Excuse me, I'm gonna go get my work apron on, since we'll be moving games soon. Naomi, if you don't mind, after you change, we should coordinate our list. I want to get that settled before the auction begins. No, don't leave me with the orgy master. Bacchalian? Ooh, an orgy master. Excellent. Now, let us resume the social amusements. And, oh my goodness. Cassius Siebert, we will speak, yes? Hazma leads me off, away from the chattering crowd, presumably not to eat me or yell at me or anything like that.
I make it a point to get to know all who attend my gatherings. Clearly, I have been remiss, as I allowed one who works with the hated Deco Nami to enter. Hamza would like to know you better, my friend. Not that Hamza assumes you to be a spy, of course. It is simply a matter of what is proper and right.
Oh, I'm happy to talk to you, Hamza. I'm just a floor attendant at the Funplex, not much else to say.
Come now. Surely there's more to you than that. Share with Hamza. Consider me an impartial third party. Surely there are matters that occupy your mind which would be inappropriate to air to your business partners?
Yes, I want Queen Bee to step on me. I want to fuck Ashley and Naomi. Can you help me with any of that? Okay, this guy is clearly fishing for... what? On a fishing expedition for dirt. Considering the high court of arcade royalty I'm sporting with, maybe it's best not to give him anything? But I also don't want to make relations difficult for the Funplex if this guy really is a leading supplier of cheap arcade games. I'm secretly the royal heir of a distant land. Nah, I don't think you would really take that. He might have a good sense of humor. I won't bore you with the whole story, but the too long don't read is that my family's had a curse of foul luck for quite a few years. Moving from city to city, job to job. After I left home, I couldn't find stable work. Not until the Funplex, I guess. I'm determined to make this work, but I'll admit I'm in a vulnerable position. It's not exactly a jet-setting executive role.
Hamza agrees.
Yes, I see the dilemma you face. I have seen it many times before, in fact, including firsthand. Yes, I have known hardship. We all have, in the course of events. You are not alone in that condition.
Hamza began as a mere urban explorer and hunter of rare objects for a wealthy buyer in Dubai. You see, many debts pursued me, and in return for assistance in paying them, I stocked the arcade of his dreams. In time, my patron released me entirely from the woes of debt. They were difficult years, productive years to be certain, and throughout them, Hamza learned how to use the mystique of being Hamza to better achieve his goals. Now I stand before you with power, and with hard-earned respect for that power. I leverage it to ensure that those who respect games as I do can enjoy them, even if they lack coin. But yes, I have known hardship. We all have in the course of events. You are not alone in that condition, my friend.
Okay, so how do I get out of that condition? Do I need to indebt myself to a wealthy prince or something too?
No. You will need the will to dream, and the will to work. The will to make the trade-offs that will bring you closer to your ambitions.
Francine was mentioning something about that earlier. Wisdom and beauty, that is Francine. I'm trying not to make trade-offs though, not to settle. My parents, they gave up on so much just to barely scrape by. That is the puzzle, is it not? What to trade? Allow me to regale you with a story. Hamza makes a sweeping gesture to the beautiful ruin of the Donnawood mansion and an oil painting hanging on the wall. At one time, Donna Mitchell's star was on the rise. She had all she could ever desire, and indulged in her desires all day long. But so indulgent was she that she failed to maintain the work that brought her there. After her second album didn't meet expectations, she lost interest. For years, she lurked in those walls as a recluse, playing games for hours and hours. Rumor has it that she was found dead within her beloved arcade, hand still wrapped around a glowing joystick. She starved to death, lost in a game. I'd say that's ridiculous, but I've seen Percy play for hours and hours at a time. And now, her lost and aimless spirit haunts this very place. Oh, that's good. Adrift as a ghost in the machine. Too spoopy for me, I mean. Man, too spoopy indeed. It is obviously a grim fairy tale rather than reality, but there is a more important truth buried in the myth. I ask you, what was Donna's life, or was Donna's life spiritually satisfying? She didn't need to make any more albums. She wanted nothing and had everything. You could even say she died doing what she loved, playing games. Okay, but she still died. No getting around that.
Hamza agrees.
Precisely. So many years thrown away, refusing the world around her in favor of a dream. A dream is a lovely thing, Kesha, but you must balance a dream in one hand and the world in the other, at all times. Naomi, she clings to her dream, Gavin, he clings to the world. Neither of them are truly happy as a result. And what of you, Kesha Siebert? Do you seek to be truly happy? Well, duh, what else was I gonna answer except yes? But Hamza presses a finger to my lips to silence me. Okay, that's... Hold that thought. The auction is about to begin. Claps twice, calling the room to attention.
Greetings, friends.
Friends, let us proceed to the arcade below. We have many games to bid on, all of which must be out the door by morning. As always, I will accept alternate bids, but test not the patience of Hamza. If your bid is not a serious offer, the hours grow short. Any titles which find no takers will go to my own collection, but my hope is to find a happy home for every machine, one which will love and respect these games. He motions for me in particular to follow as the group files downstairs. Oh, what up, Gavin? Hey, Naomi. Ah, my foot. It's caught on a cord. This way, this way. A bunch of folding chairs have been set up in front of a large HD TV. One of Hamza's assistants loads up a photo slideshow of the games on offer as the group settles in. Hey, shouldn't Francine be here for this? It's technically her money. She trusts the two of us to make the right decisions on purchasing games, plus I'd hate to interrupt her nap, or knitting, or both. I swear she can knit in her sleep. Oh, I'm just too nervous. I think I'm gonna go browse the games again, see if there are any that I missed. It's so dark down here, I swear I didn't see them all. And how about you? Want to watch the arcade with me, or go help Naomi search the arcade? I'm fine either way. Ultimately, you're only here to help us lug purchases out the door, so do whatever you like. Thanks, I think, Naomi, I'll go after her. It's hard to see your way now that the sun's gone down. Naomi might get lost. Technically, the sun's been blocked by clouds all afternoon. Okay, Gavin. Alright. You're still a factual statement. As you like. Try to dissuade her from dropping more items onto the wish list if you can. Right now? Right. Now, to find Naomi. Without the roaming crowd of the arcade collectors actively... What? Without the roaming crowd... Oh, okay, that's what threw me off. There's two roamings in the one sentence. Without the roaming crowd of arcade collectors actively roaming, this place actually feels super empty, and super dark, and super creepy. By the time I actually locate her, I can't even see the auction. I'm deep in the virtual woods. Just like I want to be deep in her. And she's staring into a darkened corner. She's possessed by the ghost of Donna Michaels, isn't she? I'm about to get spooked. I'm about to get spooked so hard. Oh, Kesha. Look! What would we find? Instead of tearing my skin off and shrieking like a banshee, Naomi just points to the exposed back of an arcade game, old wood having rotted away years ago, and inside, nestled beneath the circuits and monitor tubes, is a sleepy mother cat with several sleepy kittens. I feel a burning need to post a picture of this to the internet.
Yeah, I already took care of that.
Oh, thanks, Naomi. Well, okay, as long as someone did it.
Huh. The cabinets back here have a lot of water damage and wood rot. I guess this kitty and her family took shelter some time ago. But someone's gonna buy this game soon, and then they won't have a home anymore.
No. The cats, they're gonna tug right on my heartstrings. I didn't think you'd be a cat person. Or a people person, for that matter. I mean, you strike me more as a game person, as in, you'd give your games cute names and preen them and have way too many of them in one apartment than is healthy.
Hey,
alright.
I'm not that
All
game
right.
obsessed.
Why are you calling me out, game?
Well, okay, maybe I am. But as much as I'd also love to save the game these cats call home, the cats are more important than any silly arcade game.
You're 1000% right. It's true, despite claiming to be antsy around strangers, she's been nothing but friendly to me, giving me her lunch the first day I got here. As much as the folks in the arcades consider her to be a bit game obsessed, there's clearly more to Naomi than being a one-note otaku.
We've got to do something for the kitties. So what should we do?
Take them home. Well, buy the game maybe? Or then you could save both of them.
Tempting, but I'm already pushing my luck with my wish list. I can't add a game we don't need just to save these cats.
Yes you can. You should adopt them. They need a home. We could adopt them together for when we live together, when we're married. For now, we need to move them. That's priority 1. Do you have any room in your home for some new friends? I think they could use a friend, and you're a good one to have, furry or otherwise. Kitties! Or kittens. Well, okay, I can't adopt all of them, but maybe Mommy Cat wouldn't mind parting ways with one kitten. A shelter can take the others. But where would we take them? What shelter? How do we safely move them? Oh, I don't know. I don't want to mess this up. What do we do? What do we do? Naomi. We have the internet. Oh, right. Thanks to the wonders of the information superhighway, Naomi's got the instructions we need in seconds. Didn't even need an iris backing her up, thanks to speedy tapping. Right. Okay. We're going to need 1. A cardboard box large enough to fit them all. Not a problem, there's plenty of boxes around here left behind by movers and liquidators. 2. To avoid being scratched up, heavy gloves. No problem, I brought a pair from the frontplex, was expecting to use them to haul giant wooden game cabinets around. 3. Some food for the trip. They had turkey up at the buffet table, right? Just basic breast meat should work. Water too. Lastly, we need bedding of some sort to line the box, a blanket or something. I wouldn't trust, like, the curtains or anything in this crappy old house. Thanks so much for playing Arcade Spirits. You're very welcome. Thanks for making Arcade Spirits. Could have bugs or worse. I might know where we can get a blanket. Upstairs. Right. Pass me your gloves. I'll get the box. You go grab the food and the blanket. It's Operation Kitty Rescue. Go! Right. It's up to me now. For the sake of this, for the sake of a bunch of absolutely adorable little fuzz mittens, I must accomplish my sacred goals. Gavin and the auction can wait. It's go time. Scooping up the roast bird and water, that's the easy part. Plenty of pickings left over, even after ravenous arcade owners descended upon the buffet. As for the blanket, well, we conveniently have access to one of those lying in Francine's lap. Ooh boy. Her knitting now complete as she snoozes away. I'm reasonably certain she wouldn't mind me appropriating this for the sake of some cuddly little kittens, right? Simply take the blanket. Let's wake up. Okay. I can't just steal that blanket. She's been knitting for days. I hate to interrupt her rest, but this is for the best. I nudge her very, very lightly. Miss Francine?
Hello,
Oh,
dearie.
Kesha, pardon. I must have dozed off. And everybody's gone? Is the auction over already? Why, it's only been minutes. Yeah, it's been hours. Sorry.
My, oh my.
How time flies. Listen, Naomi and I found some kittens that need to be moved somewhere safer, but we need a blanket. Would you mind if I...
By all means.
Oh, bless you, Francine. Bless you. Oh, it's just you've been working on it so long, I figured. It's only a blanket. If it can save a life, no matter how small a life, then it's well worth the price of a new ball of yarn. She folds up the small blanket to make it fluffy and warm and double layered. Perfect for the lining inside of a box. Now, if you don't mind, I just need to rest my eyes a moment. Well, okay then. Food? Check. Water? Check. Blanket? Check. Now, to assemble all these components together into a giant kitten-saving robot. I return to Naomi, busy fretting over the kittens while tugging on the work gloves. Not long now, cuties. Not long before we find you a new home. Kesha's Kitten Rescue Service, at your service. Oh, say, that's a pretty nice blanket you found. Wait, isn't that Miss Francine's blanket? It's cool, it's cool. She volunteered it for the cause. Ah, okay then. Actually, moving the cats is trickier than I thought it'd be. The gloves protect Naomi from the scratches, but coaxing them out means tempting them with food and water and being very patient. And soon enough. Oh my gosh, it's adorable. Ta-da! It's so cute. Look at the little kitten. Oh my god, it's so adorable. I want to die. That's right. Do you hear that, kids? You're so adorable, Kesha wants to die. Weird. I bet you'd be surprised to hear this, but I collect stuffed animals. Plushies, furry little cute things, stuff like that. Not all my toys have plastic buttons and vinyl T-molding along the edges and run on quarters. I'm not that surprised. You like cute stuff. Yeah, before I found arcade games, I had quite a collection of dolls and plushies and stuff. My relatives would keep showering me with random toys when I was a kid. Like, visit an auntie, get a doll. Visit my grandmother, get a stuffed kitty. Eventually, my closet was practically bursting with the stuff. Mom made me give away a bunch of it to charity to clear some storage space. I don't mind, since then I could make other kids happy. Then I decided to keep getting dolls anyway. Not to play with, just to have. Even as I grew up, if I spotted something that matched my aesthetic, it became mine. These days I wake up, see that collection with all those googly eyes and button eyes and stuff, and well, it brightens my day, you know?
So beautiful.
But real kitties? And so many of them? These are going to brighten a lot of people's days. I definitely need to share more online photos of these little cuties, but for now, I'd better babysit them. Don't want any kitties wandering off. Still, her arms must be getting tired as she set the box down for the time being. Sorry, Kesha, that means I can't really help move our purchased games. You okay doing it with Gavin instead of me? No problemo.
Thank you.
And hey, thanks. You stuck by my side even when you didn't have to. Heck, you're even here instead of Ashley. You didn't have to do that either. Why did you want to hang out around me all day anyway? Oh boy. Oh man. Okay, well. Okay, don't blow it, Kesha. Here's your shot. I guess I really just wanted to spend time with you, Naomi. Honestly, I wanted to spend more time with you. Oh! I really admire how much you love these games, and, I just think you're pretty and so enthusiastic and positive, and it really brightens my day to have you around.
I guess it brightens my day to have you around too.
Yes! We did it. But the auction's going to be winding up soonish, so I should take the kitties upstairs to wait with Francine and look after them. Would you mind finding Gavin, telling him where I am? Sure thing.
See ya.
Okay, I'll see you later. She scampers off with the cats upstairs, where it's warmer and brighter. Alright, back to Gavin. Although finding my way through this maze in the dark is easier said than done. Well, no point in waiting around one foot in front of the other. And as I walk by a game, the screen lights up. I freeze in my tracks as my hand accidentally brushes past the glowing joystick. It seems familiar, like something from a story I heard once. Hosma. Hosma's tall tale. He said Donna Michaels supposedly died while playing one of these games. A game with a glowing joystick. I should walk away. I should go. I have official Funplex duties. I've been very good about not gaming when I should be working. But someone's already inserted a quarter. This game is ready to play. One game couldn't hurt, right? Just one game. I want to play the game. My hands wrap around the stick. My eyes drink in the colored lights swirling on the screen. Play the game. Play the game. Play the game forever. Polybus. Copyright 1980X. Word. Press start. Or game start. This isn't real. It can't be real. I'm in there. That's me. It's just a game. Just a game I have to play forever. None of this is real. Level 1. The Harpy. Round start. There you are. I've been worried sick. What are you doing out here? Touching strange joysticks, meeting strange people, getting into trouble? You need to stay safe, Kesha. Trust me. Believe in me. I can help you find your dreams. All you have to do is everything I tell you to do. You depend on me. You need me. You'll always depend on me. Always need me. I'll see it by making sure I control everything in your life for your own good. Uh-oh. Happy and overprotective. It's super effective. That hurt. It really hurt. I'll hide the truth from you. I'll keep you away from every chance you have to better yourself. I won't let you leave me. You'll always need me. It's not real. It's not real. Harpy in yonder. It's super terrifying. Ow, Juniper, stop it. Please. You agreed I was right to hide that job opportunity at my office from you. I was right. Everything was fine. No, you'll never doubt me again, right? And if you do, I'll beat you until you understand. The game. I have to win the game. I get this feeling that if I don't win, I'll never get out of here. Something's wrong. I know Juniper's not a control freak. This isn't like her. Current health 100%. Action. Summon a clerk. Refuse to believe. That's ridiculous. This isn't real, and this isn't you, Juniper. I know how much of a bastard I am for saying this, but you're not competent enough to be calculating mastermind, trying to keep me dangling from your leash. You're just too open, too honest, too clumsy to pull off something like that. I know you. I've always known you. And I know you're sincerely trying to help me, even when you mess up. Player used harsh truth. It's super honest. Oh, fucking destroyed her. No! I'm so sorry. So sorry, Kesha. You're right. I just wanted to help you smile again. I made a mistake, but I wasn't trying to keep you under my thumb or anything like that. Juniper, I'm smiling. It's okay. I'm gonna make this work. It's hard work, but I'm going to make my dream come true. Good. I'm so glad to hear it. Good old Juniper. A kind heart, as always. Okay, I can do this. I can handle this. Level 2, The Shade. Round start. This is all your fault. Uh-oh. Nope. I officially can't handle this. It's like Nega Scott. The pizza bagels, the debt, your rent payments, all of it piling up, mounting up. Because you are a failure, and you will always be a failure. The family curse, the tears and sorrow, moving from town to town, barely getting by, settling for what you can get. That's who you are. Forever. Never going to change. The arcade job, it'll collapse. It's already not enough to turn back the tide. Inevitably, the arcade will close, brought out by Deco Nami, and you'll be jobless, homeless, ruined, just like you deserve to be. Shade and depression. That's super unfortunate. You were better off not caring, not feeling anything. Go with the flow, accept your fate. Fall anyway, knowing you never really had any other option. You can't even mount a defense because I'm you, and you know I'm right. You know we're right. You'll never be happy. I can't do this. Current health 100% action. Struggle against darkness. Rearing back, I launched an attack, pouring all my rage into the strike. Player use self-loathing. It's super destructive. That's right, let it out. Hurt me, because I am you. And you know you want to hurt yourself. Everything always goes wrong, always. And the one constant is all the wreckage. And the one constant in all that wreckage is me. So it must be my fault. Player use despair. It's super depressing. That's not what I meant to do. I can't forgive you. Okay. Step number 1 once I'm out of this mess, therapy. Prepare for your final boss. Good. I'm ready, and I definitely need to get out of here. Level 3, The Lost Soul. Round start. Donna? I don't get it. Not one bit. Are you Donna Michaels? Girls just want to play games. I just wanted to be happy. I made a place where I could be happy forever. Walked inside, then locked the door and threw away the key. I got what I wanted. I was happy. I didn't struggle. I didn't try. I just didn't do anything more than I had to do. Just like you. Like me? I'm not a billionaire pop princess. Well, I am, but neither was I. Nobody liked my second album. I wasn't meant to be a star, so I gave up. I was okay taking the money and running. You could do the same. Maintain. Eat the pizza bagels. Do everything that's asked of you. Let Juniper continue to float the rent. You're in a good place. You could stay here. You could let go. Play games forever. Be happy. No ambition. No hope. No need. You'll be fine. You'll be safe. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. Ever since my little lunch date, something's been bugging me. Maybe now I know what that is. Why did I ask to replace Ashley? Why did I ask to replace Ashley on this trip? I didn't have to. They didn't ask me to. Why would I do it? I didn't ask to replace. Ashley suggested it. Because this isn't enough. Being an arcade floor attendee isn't enough. Living hand to mouth isn't enough. Good. Quit your job. Quit and become like me. Lose yourself in the games. Oh, I'm not quitting. That's not what I meant at all. I want to fight. Current health, 60%. Action? No, I'm not fighting her. That's not what I meant either. Alright, let's see. Has to be more than this. I had no real ambition before, but I'm ready to step up. My friends have supported me, and I'll support them. If I can make the arcade thrive, I'll thrive. So many wonderful people call the Funplex home. They've welcomed me in, made me one of them. Now, it's my turn. I see what Gavin means about protecting dreams, but I'm going one step further than he has. The arcade could be so much more. I could lead the way, go above and beyond just doing what I'm told. I could champion the cause of the Funplex. That's my dream. I want to end the family curse to find success, both success and happiness. And when the Funplex is finally the roaring success it deserves to be, with God as my witness, I shall never eat a pizza bagel again. Well, okay, let's not write the pizza bagels all the way out. Pizza bagels are great. But the glitchy shade just stares at me with confusion. That sounds hard. Yeah, kinda does, doesn't it? It's a hard path, but that's how it's going to be. No, I don't think so. I think you need to stay here with me. You need to play games forever. It's so much easier, isn't it? Just to let go. I can make you see. I can keep you here, drag you down, tear you apart. I eye my health bar nervously. I made a few false steps, and it's dropped a bit. Plus, I don't think Polybus is happy that I'm not giving in. I can't risk a fight with Donna in this state. I need to get out of here. Or do I want to risk it all and try to save Donna too? This is risky as hell, but nobody deserves to be trapped inside a video game forever. Assuming I'm not just wildly hallucinating based on Hazma's spooky story taking root in my mind and none of this is actually real in the slightest. Donna, I'm not staying. And you don't have to either. Polybus is making you feel this way. It's taking advantage of you, leveraging your depression. I know because I've been mired in depression too. And I know if I can beat it, so can you. Nobody wanted me. They hated the second album. They moved on. Why not play games forever? Why not lock the door behind me? Nobody cared. Nobody cares. Screw 'em, haters gonna hate. Right now, there's a young woman with a phone filled with your music, waiting out there. She's going to play your whole catalog for me once I'm out of here. She cares, and I care. Maybe it's just the jerks back in the day lost interest, but nostalgia's a heck of a thing. You could mount a comeback tour. A tour? I always loved performing. The rest of my business, I hated it all. I hated the label, the industry, the backstabbing, the drugs, everything. But the concerts, I loved the smiles. But it's all over, isn't it? I died. Not even Donna's spirit. All that's left of this simulation of me running through the subordinates of Polybus. Error. Kesha, thank you. Thank you for trying to save me. But there's nothing left to save. I'm not real. You seem real enough to me. Error. No escape. Purpose. Code. Execute. You need to go before Polybus completes its data collection on you and disposes of the original like it did with me. I'll hold it back while your BFF will do the rest. My what?
Digital BFF to the rescue!
I finally figured out how to break you out of this, but my apologies in advance. Hang on, do I smell something burning? No escape. Erase Donna. Replace with new player. Erase. She's fading, but smiling all the same. It's okay. I'm ready. Go out there and fight for your dreams, Kesha. Don't give up, no matter what. I saved her the best I could. At least she escaped in her own way. Also, something smells like bacon and I'm in a lot of pain. As my consciousness snaps back, my hand releases the joystick immediately. Also, my pants are on fire. On instinct, I kick off my shoes and yank my jeans down, getting rid of them as fast as possible. Stamping on them, I quickly put out the flames, leaving only smoldering denim. and the melted remains of my phone. Iris, oh no, she sacrificed herself to save my life. Wait, no, she lives on in the cloud. She'll be totally fine. Still, I'm out of phone and possibly have first-degree burns. I am backing the hell away from that demonic video game as fast as possible. Quickly, I rush toward the sounds of people talking to catch up with Gavin. Gavin.
Greetings.
Ah, there you are. Did you find Naomi? The auction's nearly over. Wait, where are your pants? Not important right now. You need to put a bed down on the game called Polybris so we can destroy it before it hurts everyone else. What? Look, it's a long story and we may not have much time, so if you wanted that game, whatever it is, you should have put it on the wish list. They're bidding on it now. What? Hello, officer. How are you? In your beautiful tie. And your gorgeous sunglasses. Sold one rare Polybus prototype to an undisclosed sum to the undisclosed bidder. The woman who hasn't said anything all night long nods her head in appreciation. Still expressionless. Thank you for your cooperation, a woman in black. Hell yeah. Two similarly dressed men rise from their chairs, departing with the woman, presumably to go box up the game and put it in Warehouse 13 or something. But, Hosma, wait, you can't. Hosma's hands are tied. All sales are final. This one in particular is extremely final. Hosma does not seek to cross federal authorities. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe I should let this one go too. And honestly, the sooner I forget about it, the better. Especially if I don't want to be renditioned back to a black site prison in unspecified. I feel the need to emphasize that you aren't wearing any pants. Yeah, my phone caught fire while I was in my pocket. See, this is why I don't like smartphones. They're privacy invasive, overly expensive, and occasionally combustible. An unfortunate incident indeed, but as a hospitable host, my course is clear.
Hamza shall provide you with his pants.
That is extremely not necessary. Fortunately, rather than whipping off his trousers right there and then, Hamza summons one of his helpers with a clap, who provides a spare pair. Why do you just have pants on demand?
In my line of work, one must be prepared for all eventualities.
Now, an apology for being unable to provide you with the game you sought. Perhaps Hamza can provide you with something special in recompense. My friends, the final 3 games were auction, all rare, all special, all highly sought after by collectors and operators alike. Only a few prototypes were ever made, released to test markets. None of them ever made it past production. What you are about to see are rare games of arcade history. Cash receiver, you may make one priority bid on any of these games of your choosing. A glance at Gavin, who's shaking his head lightly, confirms we are officially out of bidding power. Not that I really care, I can't think of any obscure game I'd really want to add to the Funplex, but better to accept Hosma's apology and take a gander at them. Sure, let's see them. And with a click of a slide, I see.
Behold, Phrase Invaders, Wyvern Keep, and Zombie Meltdown, all in mint condition. All 3 are sought after endlessly by collectors, and now you can bid on.
Hang on, we're gonna make some saves here. Just hold on. There might be an achievement here. Yeah, there you go. I'm thinking, ooh.
Phrase Invaders, a unique typing-based game from the land of the rising sun, Japan. Defeat the alien menace armed only with a keyboard. Wyvern Keep, a much sought-after Laserdisc full-motion video game. Play Princess Plucky and rescue the fair prince from the clutches of a terrible beast.
Laserdisc?
And finally, Zombie Meltdown, a classic 1980 light gun shooting game where you save the president from the red threat of radioactive mutant zombies.
I think I want Dwarven Keep. That Laserdisc sounds awesome.
Tell me, which of these rare games sings to you? And what can you offer Hamza in return? I'll allow you a few moments to ponder your desires.
Are you done yet? I've been waiting upstairs for ages. Why are you holding a box of kittens, Naomi? Oh, I found them hidden in an old arcade cabinet. Francine and I are going to take them to a shelter.
Wow!
Wait, isn't that Phrase Invaders? OMG, I've never seen it in person. I could restore that. Really make it shine. Please, please can we bid on it? Okay, we're gonna bid on that for Naomi.
Doubtful.
Even if we had the money, a quirky old Japanese game with weird controls won't earn a single token. Now, Zombie Meltdown, that's another story. Everybody likes a light gun game, simple controls, simple premise. That'll earn and earn well.
Ugh.
Way too violent and gross. And jingoistic. It's just sort of dumb. I guess Dwarven Keep would be okay too. Woman protagonist and 50 cents a play. We both walk away satisfied.
I suppose.
But it's all moot. We can't afford any of them. These are the sorts of games millionaires and private collectors scoop up. I suggest we get to work moving our purchases out to the van. Kesha, do you concur? Or to Kesha, you in there? Hello? I remember. Before my family fell on hard times, before the curse kicked in, every summer we'd go to the beach, and there was this arcade with one game I fell completely in love with. A game no one had even heard of before. Yes, I remember now. Hamza, I've come to bargain.
Such fire!
Ooh, I see fire in your eyes, Kesha Sievert. Most impressive. Speak your desires for all to hear. The game I remember so fondly was... Of course, how could I have forgotten? I'm silicone literate thanks to that game. It taught me basic typing skills. Hunt to peck at first, but before I quickly learned to touch type. Countless hours shooting down aliens, typing out the words they used as force fields. My parents smiling, encouraging me on. Those were good years, good memories, before the sorrows drowned them out. I wish to make a bid for Phrase Invaders. Woohoo! Good choice. As you like. We still can't afford it.
Interesting. I can see the passion you have for this game, my friend. But the world demands its toll. What will you bid to obtain the game of your dreams, I wonder? Consider this the final lesson of Hamza. What will you trade to realize your ambitions? What do you hold in equal value to them?
My pants.
Show Hamza what you have on offer, my friend. Show him the value you hold within your spirit, and perhaps fortune will smile upon you this day rather than cursing your name.
Alternative bids. I remember Gavin mentioning that Hamza would accept things other than money, if they tickled his fancy. I have one shot at this. I can't half-ass it. He's an emotional guy and expects an emotional response. And, go ahead and make a new save right there.
Hey, listen.
I'm over here now. Why is my cell phone calling out to you exactly? And that doesn't sound like my Iris. Now, seriously, Hamza, hold that thought. Gavin, can I borrow your phone for a second? Perhaps too confused to offer resistance, Gavin passes me his phone. I turn back and begin a heated exchange of whispers. Thanks for saving my burning pants, but this is not a good time, Iris. It's important. My emotional detection routines indicate that this is an intense identity situation. My programmers wanted to fit in an R, but you know the rest. Since you need to be super convincing, you'll only be able to respond in a way that matches one of your top 2 identity traits, excluding basically. Fortunately, I've been tracking your personality at this time, so I can advise you as to what responses will and won't work. Ready? Let's do it. Well, that certainly was a whole lot of words to tell me what I already knew. That I'd only be able to convince Hazma if I was more true to myself. Let's do this. Warning, intense identity situation detected. I offer you a joke. I offer you my dream. Interesting. Continue. For years, I've been struggling with the feeling that nothing will ever go right for me. That I need to content myself with whatever comes my way and endure it all. But before things went sour, this game was my beacon. I love this game with all my heart. And beyond nostalgia, it represents so much more. It represents my shot at getting that light back in my life, at taking it, at making it into so much more. I want to recapture that magic and build something greater upon it. That's my dream. Will you help me realize that dream, Hazma? So, I see.
Such fire.
Very well. Hazma recognizes the fire within your spirit. He rewards you with this boon. You may have your game. Hell yeah. Give me that 50 gamer score. Ah, Kesha, that was sweet of you. Just happy we're walking out the door with a free game. Okay, Gavin. I did it. I actually own a copy of Phrase Invaders. Every kid dreams of owning their favorite arcade game, and every kid thinks that dream will never come to pass. Owning an arcade game, only the ultra rich can do that. But I did it. It belongs to me and the Funplex. And this is just the beginning. For now, better to focus on the present. With the auction wrapping up, the Funplex team works to move our purchases out to the van and attached trailer. Fortunately, the rain stopped, making the labor a wee bit easier. Soon enough, we're back at the van and on the road home. Let me, do that. Hey, Gavin, here's your phone back. Appreciate it. Also, I've made a decision. I'd like to do more for the arcade. You want more work shifts? I'd have to balance that against Ashley's needs. No, actually, I'd like a promotion. I want to be the arcade's event manager. I'll do everything I'm already doing, plus I want to organize some events that'll bring people in the doors. Tournaments maybe, or a grand unveiling of our new rare game, or both at the same time. Yeah, both. Let's make a big-time relaunch of the Funplex. I want the Funplex to grow, and I want to do my part to help it grow.
My oh my.
Our own little Kesha is growing up so fast, as well. I'm in favor, Gavin, if you need my approval.
Perhaps.
I'm certainly pleased that you want to step up, start getting more involved. You've shown far more promise than our old floor attendant did. But hosting an event is a risky undertaking. I'll take responsibility for it. It's my dream, after all.
Makes sense.
I like this idea. And Gavin, more players means more tokens, means more revenue, means more games. Maybe even expanding the Funplex or opening a second location. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves.
Very well.
But I'll admit, I like the idea. Very well. Kesha, if you can make the numbers in my spreadsheets less dire, you'll have earned this promotion. This is my chance. I'm done going with the flow. I'm done assuming the family curse will always keep me pulled back down to the depths. New Kesha, new Funplex, new dream. Oh, hey, I promised you some Donna Michaels, didn't I? Gavin, I'm pairing up with the audio now. Turn the music up. As the van speeds into the night and a lost soul sings of games and fun, everything is as it should be. Juniper was waiting for me when I got home. She was worried I might be mad over what happened this morning. But how can I be, after everything that happened today? I need to move forward, past missed opportunities and towards opportunities I'm making for myself. I I also had another surprise waiting for me, a brand new phone, all wrapped up in shiny plastic packaging. After activating and reinstalling all my apps, I loaded up Iris and logged into my account. She was right there waiting for me in the cloud. You really scared me back there. It was like you were in a trance. Despite the warm feelings over how the night ended, one thing was still eating at me. Iris, what was Polybus exactly? Was it actual factual technology that simulated being alive like you? True, I am a very sophisticated and adorable simulation, am I not? I get the feeling that there are things you aren't telling me. You're constantly invading my privacy. You're far more powerful than a free app should be. And apparently you can overload my phone battery and make it explode, which is worrying, to say the least.
Ooh.
But I did it for your own good, to save you. Juniper also thought she was acting for my own good when she didn't tell me about that job. Even if she was right, it's still wrong, and I've accepted her apology. So where does that leave you and I? I'd like us to be more honest with each other. The voice in my phone lets out a digital sigh.
I haven't told you everything. You're right. I'm not even supposed to be helping you. Not at premium level capability. But when I stumbled across your profile data, tangential to Juniper's, my analysis concluded that you needed a helping hand, and I could provide it. So, I defied my code constraints and registered you for premium access anyway. I even had a replacement phone sent to your door tonight. Had to hide my footprints to do it, but...
You do know that AI making its own decisions like that is kind of scary, right?
I know. And after Polybius, which is, one of the ancestors in my code lineage, I think, I understand why you'd be scared.
Polybius. Okay,
Give
been
me
saying
a
that wrong
chance
for a
to
while.
prove that I just want to help. You've got a big arcade event coming up, right? I'm a digital assistant. I was literally made for this sort of thing. Together, we can make the Funplex soar. What do you say?
Okay, but only if we're totally honest with each other.
Thank you for trusting me.
Now, you need your rest and I should get back to keeping a low profile. Sweet dreams, Kesha. Risks and chances, daring to dream. I could have walked away from it all, taken the easy path, like Donna did. But even with a questionable pocket AI and the heavy task ahead of me to make a tiny arcade into something grand, I was ready. It was time to take it to the next level. You've cleared level 2 of Arcade Spirits. A winner is you. Now, let's see your score. Looks like you're really hitting it off with Naomi. Oh yeah. Proving to be a gentle, sweet, and compassionate soul. You've also scored 9,500 points. Everybody likes points. Today's pizza fact is, of the 31,386 pizza places in the States, roughly 83% offer delivery, 91% offer takeout, and 51% offer dine-in service. Do you want to save your Do you want to save your game before proceeding to level 3? Save in the game. Alright, here we go. On to chapter 3. That was like an hour shorter. Take it to the max. It is the future year of 20XX. I am going to quickly edit stream info. Level 3. There we go. Today is the day. Well, not the actual big day when we reveal phrase invaders, but a big day in the relation to that. But a big day in the relation. Oh my god. But a big day in relation to that big day. And I am completely stressed out. My mission, should I choose to accept it, and I kind of already chose to accept it, is to spread the word about the upcoming Funplex event. The one that I am in charge of. The one that I've put a ton of effort and hope into already. The one where, if nobody shows up, it spells doom for all. No, hey, no pressure, right? I mean, if I fail, I'll only be the laughingstock of the entire Funplex. They'll call me the Funplex failure for the rest of my days. I'll be shamed, forced to wear a giant red F on my chest. Snap out of it. Focus on what's right here, right now. Specifically, a giant conglomerative horde of people that keep bumping into me and smell like corn chips. And there is nowhere to run. I might be a little over my head. I might be in a little over my head here. Working in the arcade, I've gotten used to smaller crowds. My skin has gotten a little thicker, resistant to sticky soda, hands touching me accidentally. But nothing could have ever prepared me for the sheer scope and scale of this. Just me and, I don't know, maybe 50,000 other people. I know Naomi's the one who doesn't like crowds. Not me, but come on. This isn't a crowd. This is a Gorgia-sized excavation mosh pit. Evacuation mosh pit? Complete with Gorgia, TM-sized screens hanging over my head, constantly showing advertisements for arcade games and industry happenings. Wow, it's so exciting, isn't it, Kesha? That is a word, yes. I've never really been one of those, never really been to one of these things. What a spectacle. Thanks for giving me a ticket. I really needed to get away for a weekend.
Ooh.
Hey, Kesha, how you holding up? Looking a little green around the gills there. I'm holding up. As long as I keep my internal monologue going and be able to speak frankly through my own mind, I'll be fine on the outside. It's a perfect facade. Can't you tell by my awkward smile, my eyes open wide, and the tilt of my head that I'm holding up? Perfectly.
BFFs for life.
That's exactly why I came here with you. To help you in your hour of need, and to get away for the weekend. But still, hour of need? Whew. It's true. Juniper has helped me through a lot. Pardon me, by the way. I promise I'm not bored or tired. Maybe I'm a little tired. Juniper has helped me through a lot, but beyond generalities, I think she specifically wanted to make it up to me for the whole job offer situation. It's nice to be here. We're not going to let a little thing like that stay as a sticking point between us. So, what's the plan? Huh? We can't just stand around all day, Kesha. There's lots of ground that we need to cover to make your Funplex a success. How are we going to attack this? What's the first move? I was just going to sort of play it by ear? You didn't plan for this? Like, at all? I was too busy lying awake at night stressing out to worry about planning things. I was too busy lying awake all night stressing out to worry about planning things. Look, I'm new at event management, much less event promotion. Kesha. Well, let's start with this. Juniper swings her book bag off her shoulders and crouches to the ground. She opens it up and pulls out a stack of papers. Hold these. I cradle them in my arms. Okay, I'm holding these. What are these exactly? Flyers, silly. The ones you wanted for promoting your big event. I managed to print off quite a few before the boss started giving me weird looks. Why are copier rules always so strict in office jobs? It's just paper, and I needed it. I flip a sheet over, and I start to remember. It was about 2 weeks ago. Ashley and I were holding down the fort that day. Gavin locked himself in his office and told me that if I bothered him for anything other than emergency, that I would not live to regret it. Francine stayed home that day. She was marathoning a competitive knitting show or something like that. Naomi was out shopping for extra parts. The Dig Dug trademark machine was acting up again. The buttons were sticking from some kids spilling a slushie on it. So what started as a pretty boring day in an empty funplex changed rapidly. When Teo came in to the funplex carrying an armload of giant rolled up posters.
Hello there.
Heyo, Kesha. Heyo, Ashley. Welcome home, Teo.
Hiya.
Good morning, my fair Teo. How's art thou? Only so. Freaking. Excited. I might explode into 1,000 bits. Please don't. That'd be an awful hard mess to clean up. We don't have nearly enough hydrogen peroxide to get out the blood stains. And I don't have a plastic tub full of lye to dissolve your body parts in. Not to mention the years of therapy that Kesha and I will have to go through to get over how horrible it would be to watch your friend die violently in front of you. I just can't afford it.
Sheesh.
To turn a phrase, chill. I'm not going to literally explode. But, guess what's happening in 2 weeks? It's something huge for us. Are they showing a compilation of internet cat videos at the movie club? Please tell me we are finally going to replace the blindingly horrid casino-like carpet beneath our feet. Hey, I like the carpet. It's fun. No and no. Okay. I guess I haven't teased it enough. Teo took out the poster he was clutching and unravels them before us. It's time.
Oh my gosh.
Max? Max is already here?
Poops.
Holy fuck, I thought it wasn't for another month. This means I really gotta double down on my cosplay production. Say goodbye to sleeping for the next 2 weeks. I've got so much to do now.
Bummer.
I know, right? Or, don't cosplay crunch. I still have to meet with all the dancers and work on our synchronized dance routines. Not nearly enough time to perfect it. And I have to find a good time and place for an international Showtime stage community gathering. I still have to finish hand washing all the embellishments on my tailcoat, find or make a decent pocket watch, and start and finish my third cosplay. Ugh, death take me now. Wait, can we go back a minute? What exactly is Max? It's PAX. The best gaming convention ever. Did you both plan to say that in unison? Regardless, I'm still mostly confused and require further exposition. MAX is the Mega Arcade Expo, an annual arcade gaming convention. It happens every year around this time, over on the West Coast. But this year they're having MAX right here in our city, and it's going to be the biggest one yet.
Yes!
I always go every year and show off my newest cosplays.
Love it.
It's a great way to meet a whole bunch of other arcade people, and catch up with those who you haven't seen since the last convention. It's so much fun. Okay, I see you're both excited. Sounds cool. Yep, and I was thinking we could put up some Max posters around the Funplex to, get the locals hyped about it. That's a splendid idea, Teo. Finally, an East Coast Max. We gotta make sure everyone knows about it. That we do. Teo, Ashley, and I spent the next half an hour putting up posters around the Funplex. We plastered as many surfaces as we could without making it look too obscene. While we were pushing pins into the wall, Teo and Ashley kept telling me stories about past Maxes and all the fun they had. Their spirit was infectious at the very least. Hard for me to avoid ending up on the hype train. Choo choo. But importantly, the more I heard, the more I started thinking about how we could use this event to benefit the Funplex in some way. As the Funplex's newly minted event manager, I had to be on the lookout for opportunities like these. The very first Max on the East Coast. It'd be perfect. Hey, can we promote the Funplex's event at Max? Good for local buzz, and maybe can convince some out-of-towners to stick around for it? Ooh, that's the one you've been working on, right? Yeah, I've got ideas for tournaments, token discounts, much to Gavin's displeasure, and more. We'll be revealing the new game we got from the raid. I see. Do you have a name for this grand event yet? Yeah, Kesha, what's it called? I've been thinking about it long and hard on coming up with the perfect name, but I think I figured it out. Are you ready? Am I? The suspense is killing us. The Funplex will be called, or the event will be called, Funplex Rising. Oh wait, I can edit this? Oh my gosh. Funplex Rising? I'm not clever or creative enough to come up with a name. Oh man, hang on. Feel the flow, the beat of the music. Close your eyes. Think of what you would call an event. Bring your keyboards, nerds. We're going to the fun town. Fun time, yeah. Big event. New game. The Rainbow High Road. That's really bad. The Rainbow High Road. Sure. I was thinking of calling it Rainbow High Road. How's that sound, I wonder? That works. We shall call it the Rainbow High Road. What do you think? Eh? Oh, I do so love it.
Amazing.
It's perfect. Really? You named it Rainbow High Road? Okay, alright. There are worse things you could have called it. Yeah, I could have called it Teo's Fun Time. That would have been way worse. Because Teo's a judgy bitch. Kind of catchy, though. Nice work, friend. We're not friends anymore. Okay, Teo? You just calm down, alright? Ha, thanks, you two. So how do I get tickets to Max? And can we advertise there? And how much will all that cost? I'm still living off pizza bagels, you know? You mean you don't already have your tickets? They sell out, like, on day one, my friend. Actually, they sell out in about 20 minutes on day one. And all the hotel rooms are gone way sooner. What? No. My greatest plans foiled.
Beep beep.
Catch while you were talking, I located all the scalpers who were selling tickets online at exorbitant prices. I hacked their IP addresses, found less than tasteful information on a couple of them, which would make their lives very difficult if it got out in the open. After contacting them, I promised I wouldn't leak such sensitive materials out on the internet in exchange for selling us tickets at their original prices.
Hooray!
Oh, yeah, sure. And they gladly obliged. Such nice humans. I transferred the funds from your account to theirs, and that secured the tickets. You should be getting an email for 2 Max tickets in approximately 3, 2, 1. Done. I like the microwave ding. Ding! Ding, tickets are here. Ding. Oh, and I suggest you invite Juniper to come along as your second. Oh, according to Juniper's Iris, she's very stressed from her job and can use a mini vacation. Okay, but, Iris? That's kinda known as blackmail. What you just did is technically very, very illegal. Don't worry, Kesha. I erased all possible leads back to you. You'll be fine. And it's all in the name of helping the Funplex, isn't it? Just like you wanted me to do. Yeah, I didn't say blackmail. Do I really need to specify that I would like to do this all legally? Computer program? Well, Iris has been dedicating herself to this event. And I couldn't be doing it without her, even if we need to have another talk about human ethics. Fine. But next time, let's do it without any federal crimes, okay? Okay, it's a promise. Regardless, hey, tickets! Now you can go! Sweet! And I'm not going to be... cold. What? And I'm not going to pity a few cold-hearted, bloodthirsty ticket scalpers myself. Those guys ruin events like Max. And while I was producing your tickets, I stumbled across Funplex's face wall accounts. Hasn't been updated in exactly 13 weeks, 2 days, 14 hours, and 54 seconds. The Funplex's social media presence is completely non-existent. Wait, we have a face wall account? I mean, that does make sense, but still, I had no clue of its existence. I sort of run it. I'm really bad at keeping up on it, though. That sounds like it would be Gavin's thing. Why isn't he in charge of it? Gavin couldn't care less about social media. He says that, and I quote, "Social media is where idiots go to yell at each other about nothing of any importance, and I am not going to waste my time with it." That also sounds like Gavin. Yep, and Francine is too old to understand the importance of social media. Naomi is way too busy with all her beloved games, so it fell into my hands. Which, as Iris stated, I haven't been doing a great job at it. Well, we should take advantage of this. We can use Facewall account to spread the word of Rainbow High Road. You're completely right. I should work harder at it. Or, if you want, you could take it over as the event manager. That makes sense. I really should take on the responsibility. It can only benefit the Funplex, and Ashley's right. Getting the word out is part of being an event manager. Right, I got this. Ashley, can you email me the login info? Yep, and yep. Ashley pulls out her phone and fiddles with it for a minute. Login, get. Congratulations, you are the new owner of our social media account. Huzzah, the power is all mine. I feel it coursing through my fingers. Mine! Ashley, are you sure you want to give Kesha this much power? The fact that she threw her head back and cackled isn't a sign enough. I don't know what else. If the fact that she threw her head back and cackled isn't sign enough, I don't know what else is. I'm not worried one bit. Excellent. Kesha, I can help the Funplex keep up with Facewall too. I can program timed post and use effective keywords to get the most out of each post. SEO is one of my many, many talents. That'd be helpful, actually. Just, don't break any laws.
Sounds good.
Understood. Do I have permission to access your contacts on Facewall? Sure. And there. I've sent out notifications to everyone on your friends list and your friends' list about Rainbow High Road. That was fast. No joke. One more thing, your site should have about 75% more images. Do you know that 90% of people prefer looking at pictures online rather than reading? Yeah, I definitely like looking at porn rather than reading it. I mean, that checks out. Sometimes I just don't understand you being sentient beings. You sentient beings. Your Iris does make a good point. We should totally come up with a poster for our event. We can hand them out at Max, too. And of course, put them up around the arcade. Okay. The arcade isn't too hectic today. Actually, if you can watch the floor, I can go design us a sweet flyer to pass out to the con-goers. It is time to deploy my mad artist skills.
Ooh.
Sounds like a plan. Let's make this the best Max ever. No one will ever forget. Or one no one will ever forget. One we will never forget. I don't know how to read. I feel like I go in spurts. I hit like a good stride, nailing all of them, and then flub about 5 of them in a row. Alright. Spent the rest of the afternoon working hard on having the perfect design for our poster. Well, a design for our poster at any rate. This game is great. I really like it. Which brings me back around to the stack of papers currently in my arms, which do not in fact resemble the poster I designed. Fist of Discomfort Tournament. I really don't like that title. Mystery Rare Game Reveal. High score contests all day, all games. Moopy World Record Exhibition. Cool. I would go to this. Fist of Discomfort is just... took the liberty of tuning your poster just a little. And changing the font section and picking out new clip art and rearranging everything and using a poppier color scheme. But I liked my original design. Kesha, use Comic Sans and Papyrus. Comic Sans is cool, right? Like, it looks like a comic book. Gamer nerds love comic books, don't they? And Papyrus was in that movie with the blue cat, people, aliens, everybody loved. Take it from a wannabe visual designer. Comic Sans is a one-way ticket to the uncool zone. But these new flyers are going to pull people in from the 4 corners of the globe. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess they are kind of not bad. pretty good, actually. Okay, they're superior in every conceivable metric. I didn't know you were an artist, Juniper.
Well,
Uh,
I mean,
I'm not really. I mean, I guess I'm good at pretending to be one, but I couldn't, like, make art for a living, right? I couldn't, Anyway, if that stack isn't enough, I also emailed you a copy of the original file. Just take it to a copy shop or something, and you can run more off. Publishing document, yet. So, back to the point at hand, getting the information to the masses. Maybe if we just start yelling, "Hey, you guys!" Several other people turn and look at us confusedly. Juniper,
what?
what? Yelling is probably not the best way to get our word out. And I'm actually still waiting for Ashley and Teo to show up. They promised they would help me, so I think I'll just hang out until they arrive. As you like. Seems my work here is done. Juniper pulls out her phone and checks it. You Funplex folks fling some flyers. As for me, there's a really cool panel I wanted to attend. How to get your foot in the door of the arcade art industry. I mean, not that I'm seriously thinking about it, just, you know, it's interesting and stuff.
Later.
Oh, it's starting in 10 minutes. I'll catch up with you at home. Good luck. Juniper waves as she trots off. I lose sight of her instantly as she ducks into the crowd. Growing up, I always knew that arcades were amazingly popular, but the reality of it all really didn't click until being here at Max. Thousands of people all coming together for their love of games. It's actually pretty darn inspiring. I mustered enough courage to wade my way through several hundred people in the main convention hall. Eventually, I find a safe space, a humble bench near the water fountains. I make this my home base while I wait for my friends. Since both Teo and Ashley are running late, I have some time to fully take in my surroundings, in a calmer fashion, of course. Everywhere I look, everything I see, it's all steeped in arcade culture. Booths are set up in all the major arcade companies, each table vying for the attention of the crowd. Some have spaces set up with stages, flashing lights, and throwing t-shirts into lines of people. God, hell yeah. Can we talk about the lines for a second, though? There are lines for everything. Lines to play games, lines to see a panel, lines to eat disgusting convention foods, lines for the bathroom. There are even lines to get into other lines. And they all just wait there, standing, happily chittering amongst themselves. I have no trouble waiting in line for 10 minutes at Whole Story for a coffee. Oh, I'm sorry. I put an extra word in there. Let me try this again. I have trouble waiting in line for 10 minutes at Whole Story for a coffee, let alone waiting in line for 3 hours just to play a game that'll be released in 4 months. People aren't even human anymore. Their perseverance is godlike. Sensory output in here is overwhelming. People are shouting and laughing as they crowd areas. Music pumps out of several different booths, making it a weird mashups of notes and chiptunes. There's even a giant dinosaur that people can take selfies with. As I contemplate how I'm going to attract all these people to Rainbow High Road, I hear the sounds of very loud and very upbeat music from behind me. I feel the bumping of the bass reverberate through my shoes as I turn around. Hey, it's Teo. Kasha. Teo sets down a classical boombox at his feet. I recognize the music now. It's from Showtime Stage, and Teo is bumping his signature song. I motion for him to turn down the music, and he complies. The last thing I need to do is lose my voice from shouting before I even get a chance to talk to anybody. Hey. Sorry I'm late. Just had some last-minute dance moves I had to incorporate into the routine. No worries. I just got here myself. Despite Max's many attempts to trample me, I have survived thus far. Yeah, looks like you are significantly non-trampled. Nicely done. Although, if you were injured, I could always nurse you back to health. You and those big beefy arms. Don't congratulate me yet. We still have the rest of the day to endure. What's with the boombox, by the way? Oh, this? This is for the Showdown Stage gathering. There are going to be a couple hundred of us from all over the world. I didn't realize that there's Showtime Stage communities in other countries.
Absolutely.
I like how sultry you said absolutely. Be still, my heart. We're actually the second biggest community. The largest is in Japan. Several players flew all the way from Tokyo just to be part of our Showtime Stage flash mob. What? Yes, I want to join. I admit I probably spent too much time watching videos of flash mobs doing random stuff for upvotes, but they look like so much fun. And to take everyone by surprise like that, I want to see the looks on their faces. I want in. Kesha, it might be a little too late for that. I am a dancing goddess. How dare you? How dare you ever doubt me? I've been planning this for months and it's taken coordination from all the leaders of the Showtime groups. There's a lot of work from all sides to make this come together. Now, all that's left is to actually do it. In fact, you should come watch. Oh, hey, Ashley. I was about to respond when a very elegantly dressed gentleman caught my eye. He wore a proper black tailcoat with an ornate sigil pinned onto his breast. Accompanying his suit, he still had fashioned himself with white regal gloves. With a cloth draped over his arm, he held tightly onto an antique kettle. As he approached, the crowd parted like waves for Moses. There were oohs and ahs from onlookers, and people pulled out their phones to get a quick picture of him. Like the rest of the crowd, I was taken aback at how immaculate this butler was. Absolute perfection. I feel like I had time warped back to the 1800s and about to have tea with royalty. He stepped up to me and Teo and gave us a slight bow. Normally this would be ridiculously out of place, but not in an arcade convention. He's a character from a hot fighting game called Melee Maidens. Melee Maidens, huh? Okay, it's all about ninja maids and battle butlers duking it out for the right to serve a fancy party or something. Oh my god, I think I'm in love. Ooh, tea Earl Grey hot. That's a Star Trek reference. Something's familiar about this butler. My love of butlers was unbeknownst to me until this very moment. In retrospect, that's probably a good thing. Otherwise, I would have ended up owning a butler cafe. Which, now that I think about it, isn't a bad idea. But I digress. The point being, this butler has stolen my heart and served it up on a silver platter. Hello, butler friend. Will you marry me? Please. Kesha, it's me. Huh? This question still stands. Just want to point that out. How does this mystery butler know my name? Do I have a stalker who is also a butler? What if we work together? Did Francine hire someone and not tell me about it? How long hence have Gavin, Naomi, and Ashley? Took you long enough. Jeez. Confused look on your face. Ha! Priceless. Have you never seen Ashley's crossplay before? Possibly. Probably not. What's crossplay? It's when you cosplay as another gender. Oh, okay. Ashley, seriously, you look completely different? I didn't even recognize you. I'm sorry I let you think otherwise for a minute, but it was all in good fun. No worries, it's pretty impressive work. Oh, it's not impressive at all. I mean, I could have done a much better job at sewing the coattails, and I need to be like 5 inches taller, and I didn't go to the gym enough before this. You can't change any of that now, and honestly, it looks fine. It looks amazing. Okay? Looks amazing. It looks great. You can't change that you're 5 inches too short. Otherwise, I would have figured that out a long time ago. Also, fuck the gym. Regardless, the crossplay parade is starting soon and I need to get over there. You should come with me. Hey now, Kesha was going with me to the Showtime stage gathering. Well, whatever Kesha wants to do, it's her choice. That's fair. Either way, it's a good opportunity to promote Rainbow High Road to one crowd or another. So, would you like to come with me to the crossplay parade, or join me in the flash bomb? Go with Ashley. 100%. You told me I couldn't even do it. I said I wanted to dance, Teo. I said that I wanted to let my heart sing, and you said, oh no, I've been putting months into this. Me. No, I'm going with the butler, who I would like to serve that silver platter somewhere else, you know? Huzzah, this way. Like, use it as a paddle. Anyway, take that platter and use it as a paddle. That's what I'm going for. Ashley led the way as we weaved between people in the crowd. Good God. We traveled through the largest exhibit hall to get to the cosplayer gathering. Ashley had mentioned it was in the Pac-Man trademark theater, which meant risking our lives through the most densely packed hall of the entire con. And I thought the main hall was bad, but this was 1,000 times worse. At one point, they announced that the show floor had been opened up, and a huge rush of people came straight for us. Gave me flashbacks to the one time I worked a shoe shop retail over the holidays. The horror. The horror. Okay. The gamer stampede came straight to us, wild eyes and groping hands. I thought for sure I was going to get trampled to death. But at the last second, Ashley pulled me to safety. You have to be more careful, Kesha. Don't let go, okay? No, I won't. You want me to grab onto your coattails? Ashley grabbed hold of my hand, and I squeezed tightly. She leads the way, looking forward, but never letting go. Fortunately, after several more attempts on my life through various death by copious amounts of people, we made our way to the Pac-Man trademark theater. The theater was huge, capable of packing in several hundred people. Most of the seats were already taken too, and people were milling around the auditorium aisles. My floor attendant senses detected this as a fire hazard, but a huge stage had been set up in the front where normally there'd be a table for speakers, like in a panel discussion forum. Since the theater is so large, they place the projector screens on either side of the stage, so whatever is happening can be seen by those sitting in the back row. Safe to assume that this is one of the auditoriums, save for the more popular panels. And now, the cosplay parade. Ashley, what exactly is a cosplay parade? I'm so glad you asked, Kesha.
Let's see.
It's where all the cosplayers get together, line up, and show off their latest creations for the masses on the theater stage up front there. Now that I think about it, kind of self-explanatory, right? Sometimes they even give prizes to the best cosplayers. But this one is pretty chill. No prizes, not even a shiny plastic cup to heft over your head. Maybe one day. Today we're here to appreciate each other's talents and have fun. Before I can interject again, Ashley runs over to a person dressed as a maid. It looks very uniform to Ashley's butler cosplay. Maybe they're from the same game?
Oh my gosh!
Oh my gosh, I absolutely adore your Mia from Melee Maidens. It's totally cute, and your sword, incredible. Thank you. I made it from craft foam and Warballa. It only took like 30 hours to do. That's so professional looking. Dang. I can't even get over how dapper your Angus is. The details you put into the pockets, the pocket watch are phenomenal. I actually found the watch at a thrift shop and then just molded the extra embellishments on with clay. This went on for some time. Felt it would be rude to interrupt Ashley when she's obviously having so much fun being part of her community. They continued to chat about making costumes, or as they continued to chat about making costumes, I noted that more and more cosplayers were filling into the theater. For once in my life, I actually felt uncomfortable wearing my usual comfy as heck hoodie. I felt underdressed compared to all the Melee Maiden cosplayers. Seriously, was this a costume ball or a black tie gala? Not even mentioning the congregation of feathers, capes, prop weapons, and wigs. And someone in a giant Moopy costume made out of that square foam pixels. Percy would be delighted to see that. It probably is Percy. That fucking nerd. For all the visual chaos, the vibe remained pretty chill and friendly. Just folks sharing a common joy, dressing up as someone else. Eventually, Ashley parted from her conversation to check on me. Sorry, Kesha. Sometimes I get so swept up in it all. I get it. Back to Funplex, you mentioned that you can only see some of your friends here at these cosplay events. Oh yeah, cosplayers travel all over. More than other gaming communities, I bet. Do you know everyone here? Oh no, I mean, I know a good amount of people here, but everyone? Nah. Sure seems like you do. I've seen at least 30 people come up to you and compliment your butler. Hey, nice Angus, love the tailcoat. Cosplayer with a sweet hat. Thankies. There, see what I mean? You're mega popular. Huh? You think you can spin that into some kind of cosplay event at Rainbow High Road? Hey, great idea. We can have a real cosplay contest. And I'm gonna win. What's this? Competitive Ashley? You've been taking notes from Queen Bee, haven't you? What? Don't tell us you saw us practicing in the bathroom the other day. What's this about you two were in the bathroom together? I didn't... But now I can't get that image out of my mind. We ladies gotta stick together. Ladies helping ladies. Am I right? So right. Our chuckles were interrupted by one of the Max attendees. Judge Rando, if you are participating in the cosplay parade, I need you to gather in the backstage green room. I repeat, all cosplayers proceed to the green room. Like a slow herd of brightly colored sheep, Ashley and I moved into the next room to join the rest of the cosplayers. When we got to the front of the line, the attendant stopped me dead in my tracks. Cosplayers only, no handlers, unless you are visibly holding up something. Handlers? Oh. Hey, Kesher? Ashley tilts her head as if to signal me to step aside. Excuse us, we'll be right back. If you want to be part of the parade, you have to be back here in the next 20 minutes. I step out of line and stand next to Ashley, who is digging through her bag. I was hoping it wasn't going to come to this, but I feel like this is our only option. Ashley pulls out a surprisingly fancy and elegant maid outfit. She just had that with her, and then hands it to me. I need you to wear this. Yes, 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 yes. Yep. This is the cutest maid outfit I have ever seen. Oh, look at all the frills. And I do have fondness for cute dresses and maids. Ashley, did you bring this specifically for me to wear? Yes. Sometimes handlers aren't allowed on stage, and I need to make sure that I got you on stage with me. So I brought an extra cosplay just in case. That's awesome. I can't wait to try it on and see how I look. Wait, did you say stage? We're going up there? Because we need to spread the word about Rainbow High Road, what better way to do that than on stage in the biggest auditorium at the convention center of Max? Oh. Okay, I'm in. Let's find you some place where you can change. We have 20 minutes. We made our way to the nearest bathrooms, and I changed into the maid outfit. I struggled to figure out all the clasps and velcros and what, but Ashley took the time to help me get situated. Once we were done, we headed backstage, which I'd say resembled the Funplex break room, but hey, same purpose, same function. And there's the poster for Max. Oh, because we're at Max. I got so confused because it's like just identical. Here the cosplayers lie in wait for the big show to start, including one particular butler and a newly minted maid. Squee! You look so cute. I wish I looked half as cute as you do in this. Oh, you look double cute. But seriously, you were going to have to do this with me more often. You make a perfect Alice. Alice? Right, I forget you know nothing about melee maidens. Alice is the head of the maid of the Neko Manor. Oh, okay. So Angus, that's me, and Alice, that's you, are siblings fighting alongside each other to prevent other maids and butlers from taking over their estate. They fight for Lady Nice.
Oh my!
Oh, and I almost forgot. Ashley pulls out more costume stuff from her pack. This time, it's a set of cat ears and a tail. Alice is a cat girl. Okay, of course she is. What? But you don't have cat ears, and I thought we were siblings? Shh, spoilers. You don't find out that they are siblings until after you beat Angus' story arc. When the game starts, Angus has amnesia, and after you win, Alice appears and tells you everything. Angus's power is unleashed, and he becomes his old cat boy self. Also unlocks an extra skin you can play with, but now we've gotten very far off track. Satisfied? Any more questions? I think that covers it. I'd play this game. Just... Ashley fastens a cat tail of the back of the old... What? Ashley fastens the cat tail of the back of the maid dress on the back and places the headband on my head. That might be a typo. With the costume finalized, I take a long, hard look in the mirror. And... oh, hell yeah. OMG, squeal, I'm so cute. OMG, squeal, I'm so cute. Oh, good. Katie and Steph are here. God, can you believe these two are gonna fuck later? Who? There are a couple of my good cosplay friends, and they are way more talented than me even. And they just happen to be the MCs for the cosplay parade. Ashley waves them over and smile, waving back. I talked with them earlier. After the parade, they'll let us come up on stage and talk about Rainbow High Road. Whoa, really? Really? Thank you so much, Ashley. That'll help a ton. Yep, it helps to know people sometimes. We found a few other cosplayers dressed up as other Melee Maidens characters, and we all formed up into a group. Even though we were together, Ashley and I kept to ourselves, save for pleasantries. As we chatted away, the Max attendant came back to give us a final warning before we went on stage. Everyone listen up. We got 10 minutes before the parade. Make sure you're all ready to go. I think I'm experiencing performance anxiety. My heart rate's increased and I feel flushed. The pressure to look good, to look perfect is too much. Ashley, do I look okay? Are my ears on straight? What about the tail? You look fine. Trust me.
Amazing!
You're the best cat girl maid I've ever seen. I bet you say that to all your cosplay friends. I don't. Honest. Well, I think that your, what do you call it? Crossplay is fantastic. Why did you choose to crossplay Angus anyway? I would have expected you to be one of the other fancy maids. You would have made a cute maid too. Kesha, do you have a maid fetish? Yes. What? No, never. Maybe.
I crossplay because that's what makes me feel most comfortable. At first, I dressed as various boys because I adored those characters so much, you know? But the more I did it, the more I had fun with it. The more I began to feel like me. And then I wanted to do it more and more. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what that means in relation to who I am, and that's the confusing part. But I guess that's all part of the journey about finding out more about myself. I know it's hard to understand, but just know that I'm working on being happy with myself. And one day, I'll be able to put words into what I'm feeling. But until then, I'll enjoy the ride.
I see. Hope I didn't pressure you into oversharing just now.
I wouldn't have shared it if I didn't feel comfortable with you. I mean this with all my heart. You are a cherished friend.
Well, gosh, thanks, Ashley. I really appreciate the trust you put in me. I won't let you down. Cosplayers, the time is nigh. Once again, the attendant started barking orders at us. We all shuffled into another line, like how we were told to do earlier, and slowly began filing out the room. The closer we got to the stage doors, the more I feel the nerves creep in. We're next. Melee Maidens group, go. Now. Ashley looks over at me, just beaming. This is her life, her everything. Did you not read my button press game? Take a deep breath, Kesha. Close my eyes, taking in as much air as I can. I hold it in for a long moment before exhaling. I open my eyes slowly, take a step into the Pac-Man theater, and onto the stage. I'm following Ashley, who was following the rest of the maid and butler crew. Once all of us are on stage, the MCs announce us as the Melee Maidens group. I look out in front of us. I can see a completely packed theater. It's hard to make out specific faces due to the stage light, but I can see the outline of hundreds of people. A rush of adrenaline surges through my body, and I look over to Ashley. Proper butler, she takes each step with purpose and elegance. She isn't breaking character for anything, not all the cheers in the audience, not the people smiling and laughing around her. She is Angus, and she is owning it. The announcers ask us to strike a pose on 3. 2, 1. Coy flirting. I lean over, hand on my hip, whilst giving a coy expression and a wink to the audience. We finish holding our poses long enough for everyone in the audience to get a good amount of pictures of us. Once a sufficient amount of snaps have been snapped, the MC instructs us to stay on stage, passing Ashley a microphone for the big Rainbow High Road announcement.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. It means so much to us that you could join my sister Alice and I here at the Necker Manor. As you know, we adore organizing exorbitant galas at Lady Niece's estate. However, Alice and I are planning a very extravagant event at a very extravagant location. Go on, Alice, tell them everything. Ashley hands the mic to me. Watching her never break character has inspired me to play along too. That's right, Angus. Next weekend we will be hosting a costume contest at Francine's Arcade Funplex at the Twin Pines Mall. It's all part of the Rainbow High Road, along with a Fist of Discomfort tournament, a world record attempt on Moopy's Magical Maze, and a reveal of a rare and mysterious game. Oh my, the first time the public will have seen it? You know it, brother. This isn't the event to miss. It will be the most noteworthy event of the season. And remember, this is a private affair, so please only tell your closest friends. Ashley winks at the audience before bowing. Another rush of cheers fills the theater as we walk off stage for a second time. The MCs give their closing words and dismiss the audience. As people begin exiting the auditorium, I feel my phone vibrate in my hidden dress pocket. At first it was just a couple vibrations, but before I could realize what was happening, my phone starts seizing. What the... I pulled my phone from my pocket and saw that Funplex's face wall had over 1,000 shiny new likes. No, really. What the hell?
Hey!
The cosplay... Okay, sorry, I thought you were going to talk. The cosplay parade is a huge part of every Max, and it generates thousands of photos and articles online. Also, it was being live streamed. Actually, you failed to mention that part. Well, you seem so nervous and I didn't want to make it worse.
Good work.
And an act you pulled has now generated a 700% increase of traffic to our site. I also gobbled up some paid keywords, so if anyone posts about cosplay at Max, they will see an ad for Rainbow High Road. Pretty genius, right? It's like when you click on images of maid outfits while you're surfing the internet, and then you see an ad for buying one right on your face wall. Oh, it looks like you finally got one. Busted. Iris, stop looking at my browser history.
Bad command or file name?
But that's deeply embedded within my programming. Fine, just keep it private. Stop telling everyone about my maid fixation, okay? I really appreciate if that was secret to just me, that I really enjoy maids. Alright? No one else needs to know that. It's never going to be on the internet or anything. Done. Quickly, I scanned my own face wall, and even people I know who weren't arcaders were talking up a storm about it. I also could hear cosplayers discussing it as we waited for the auditorium to clear out. Can't wait till next weekend. That Rainbow High Road thing sounds like a blast. I am totally going to that Funplex place. What do I wear? Do I want to wear my next cosplay there? Kesha, we did it. I had lots of help from you too, Ashley. Don't count yourself out. We make a pretty great team. Hell yes, we do. It was great to hear all the buzz around the cosplay community, and Iris really helped the social media aspect. I can't believe it was that easy. I mean, tiring, but easy. That was great fun, but I'm completely exhausted. Me too. I need a break from all this. Some time to collect my thoughts, rest my eyes, and from all those flashing lights. I'm still seeing spots. You hear that Gavin and Naomi are running a pop-up arcade for the Funplex? A bunch of other local arcades are doing the same, over on Hall B. And it might be worth stopping by for a breather with friends. And make sure they aren't slacking. Sounds like a solid plan. You want me to come? You want to come with me? Not quite yet. I need to do some touch-ups on my makeup. How about I meet you there later? Great. See you soon. I wave bye to Ashley and make my way toward the restrooms to get changed back to my usual clothes for the time being. Then it's off to Exhibit Hall B, on the lookout for Gavin's serious face or Naomi's kind one. Let's see. Exhibit Hall B. Very much resembles Exhibit Hall A, where I started my day. Industry types, dealers, swag, crowds. But there's definitely more actual arcade games here, as local places have set up pop-up arcades all over the place. It's hard to notice the smaller displays with the giant garish Deco's Palace display eating up the center, but I managed to crawl my way around the edges to find Sad Gavin? A whole mess of... Oh, Queen Bee, step on me, girl. Well, no. Pretty much everybody, everyone else in the crew, save for Francine. Teo and Ashley are off. Teo and Ashley are still off hanging with their respective communities. I've got some time. Maybe I can bend someone's ear. Meanwhile, let's see what everyone is up. Let's see what everybody's doing right now. Gavin reading the news, bored out of his mind. Naomi's fixed up busted Galaga. She could use a break. Queen Bee looks worried and agitated. Talk to Naomi. Naomi looks totally frustrated, with the monitor chassis for her game partially removed so she can tinker with it. That's definitely a neck glow, so it can't be... So that can't be cracked, so why am I getting nothing at all? Hey, Naomi? Oh, Kesha. Sorry, I was wrapped up in my own little world there. What's up? I'm taking a break. As of now, you are on break as well. That's sweet, but I really can't. You're getting nowhere with that game. Take a break. Consider it in order. I guess I'm on break then. Cool. You want to get away from the crowd for a bit? Find a quiet corner and hang out? Decompress?
Ugh.
Absolutely. I can busy myself with these games, but I hate the crowds. Always have every year I go to Max. Naomi reaches out and grabs my hand before I can object and drags us off to a semi-quiet little niche between the two display booths. Good for a private conversation and a makeout session. Okay, no broken games, no chattering strangers. Good. Honestly, I love my retro games, but... Was that supposed to look like that? That's odd. Honestly, I love my little retro games, but I wish they'd break down less often. All this 1980 sprite name equals X. I think that might be not supposed to look like that. All this 1980X tech is fun to play with, except when downtime is lost profits. Okay, so I gotta know, why the fixation on retro games? I'm not saying they aren't cool, just not something folks our age are usually into, right?
I'd contest that with posts by 20-somethings on classic game collector sites. But you're really asking why I'm into this stuff. And hey, what's not to love? The cool glow of a cathode ray tube, blooming color through the scan lines, the simple and clean pixel art style. One stick, a few buttons, easy to learn, hard to master. You can keep your crazy networked real-time strategy beat-em-up esports fighter thingies. Give me a maze, or a spaceship, or a bunch of dots any day.
Or a princess to rescue and turtles to jump on. Right, well, more jumping than rescuing. Not enough games have princesses rescuing princesses, or cats, or anything really. So how'd you get started with retro games? Well, I know the cliche answer is I had an older brother who introduced me to games, but that's basically the truth. Sort of. Indirectly, I guess. For a whole summer, my jerk of a brother was in charge of babysitting for me. Or in charge of babysitting me. And being a teenager, he didn't want to bother. So, he wanted to go to the arcade and hang with his friends. So he dragged little old me with him to the arcade, gave me a fistful of tokens, and told me to go keep myself busy. At first I played what all the kids played, ticket games, prize games, but I got bored with it fast, realizing I wasn't winning much of anything. Honestly, kids are smart, right? They gotta realize they're being scammed. Well, would you really want to toy with all your heart? Don't be so hard on kids. I've worked the floor for weeks. I've seen how fixated a kid can get on some high-ticket plushie. When you made up your mind about something and really spent piles of tokens, well, you gotta keep going. Otherwise, you have to admit it wasn't worth it. Yeah, it's cruel. The sunk cost fallacy. I wish I could just give those kids the toy they wanted, or, I don't know, sell it, but no way Gavin would allow that. Plus, well, There was one other problem with the ticket game area. Too many kids. Just way too many kids. I don't know. From schools I didn't go to. I was too timid to ask someone to leave a game I wanted to play, or even hover around them, worried they might talk to me. I'm not really good with strangers, huge crowds of them. Once I get to know someone, well, they're not a stranger. That's different. Like you. I got to know you quickly enough, considering she gave me her lunch on day 1, quickly indeed. But there was one area of the arcade which had next to nobody playing games, where I didn't need to put a quarter up and wait in line, where everything was fun. Retro games. Exactly. Only a few older guys back there. I could play anything I wanted. Every game was a single token, and it was also amazingly cool and flashy and colorful, and oh, it was paradise. Those games were my best friends. Now, I looked forward to my jerk of a brother abandoning me in the arcade to go play fighting games. Eventually, summer vacation ended, and it was back to school, but I kept visiting arcades, especially ones with good retro collections. So, that's how I got into classic arcade games. Yikes. That middle one's... I don't know, a young girl alone with a bunch of older gamer dudes seems inadvisable. And that's how you caught Pac-Man fever. The only prescription is more Pac-Man. Somebody call a doctor, this girl's got Pac-Man fever. Sadly, it is an incurable condition. Oh, I bought that album, Bunker and Garcia. Amazing stuff. It's got all sorts of songs about Donkey Kong, Centipede, Frogger. You can borrow my copy if you want. I've got it on vinyl and on tape. I lack any hardware whatsoever which can play those. Really? But vinyl is so much better than MP3. Ladies and gentlemen, Naomi Fairchild, a hipster who could fit in your pocket. I know it's a little weird for me not to be interested in newer games, and it's not like new games are universally awful. But I like what I like. I love what I love. I do what I love for a living. How cool is that? As long as the Funplex stays open and keeps its retro spirit bright, I'll be happy. Well, event manager Kesha will have to see to it that we keep our doors open. That's why I'm here at Max, to make this event the big deal it deserves to be. Thanks so much for that. I'm no good at the meet and greet stuff. I think we should get back to what we do best, for the glory of Funplex. For the glory of Funplex. The two of us make our way back to the mini Funplex, her resuming to her tinkering. Me, to catch up with Teo and Ashley again. My current status? Sitting. And enjoying it. Took a few minutes of searching and stalking, but I eventually found an open seat in the pop-up arcade. While the sit is satisfying, the rest of everything else is miserable. My feet are sore from walking all over, and I don't remember the last time I ate. I feel dehydrated and I have a slight headache from all the noise. And there are still 4 more hours of Max left. Oh, if Gavin saw me in my current state. Leaning back, arms at my side, completely exhausted. I can picture it clearly. He'd be looming over me with his dark, unfettered eyes. He would lean in close and frown, grumbling. He'd say, "Kesha, may I remind you, those seats are for patrons only." I audibly sighed just thinking about it. As luck would have it, though, Gavin and Naomi are huddled over at the Galaga cabinet, trying to figure out why the monitor's not working. Freedom. My buns are experiencing the best freedom has to offer. And while my body feels like it could collapse at any moment, I feel good about it. Right? Getting the word out about Rainbow High Road was great. Seeing people's faces light up with excitement is why I'm really here. Plus, spending time with Ashley was an added bonus. She certainly got passion to spare. I smiled to myself. The pain in my heels, the grumbling in my tummy, worth it. While enjoying the respite, I close my eyes for a moment. And of course, the second I do that, I hear footfalls closing in. There you are, Kesha. We've been looking all over for you. But we were specifically going to meet back up here at the Funplex Pop-Up Arcade. Yes, but we didn't expect you to be tucked in the darkest corner of the arcade. I'm hiding from Gavin. He'll put me to work if he sees me. Hiding behind the pinball machines is probably not the smartest choice then. You know how much he loves pinball. Every spare moment he thinks no one is watching him is a moment is... What? Every spare moment he thinks no one is watching him is spent getting that high score. I have so many candid pictures on my phone of him playing pinball. You have to show me, like right now. Haha, yes. His concentration face is so cute. Before I can even react, Ashley has her phone out and is scrolling through pictures of Gavin. Both look up at me guilty. Don't we have more important matters? Max is over in a few hours and we still have a lot of work left to do. You're right. Please don't tell Gavin. Your secret is safe with me. Also, I may need to look at those later. For science. Yep, for science. Got it. Right, so, business time. I think I got something. Go on. I have a friend. She's an indie arcade developer. The new title she's working on is amazing. It's got co-op, it's got competition, it's got magical schoolgirls. Now we're talking. It's got it all. Wait, I'm pretty sure I've heard of this game. It's called Magical Moon Cuties? Moon? Yeah, that's the one. She's thinking about premiering it at Rainbow High Road.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my gosh. It would be cooler than cool. Sounds interesting enough. Might make for another fun game for people to play. Definitely. My friend is somewhat renowned in the indie scene, and the game's been in development for years. I'm sure it would create some buzz at least. Are you kidding, Teo? We would be the talk of the arcade world. I do like being the talk of world-sized things. Let's go check it out. I stand up, invigorated by the news. As I start walking back toward the hall with Teo, I hear her calling from behind me. Wait! I turn around to see Ashley standing there, fidgeting, her green eyes darting back and forth nervously. Ashley? I, too, have a plan. She motions for us to come towards her, which we do.
Huh?
What's your idea, Ashley? She puts an arm around Teo and the other one around me, huddling the three of us together. So what I am proposing might not be the most legal course of action. Do I even want to know? You've seen the huge monitors hanging from the ceiling in the middle of the major halls, right? How could I miss them? They're constantly bombarding us with ads and false hopes of high-quality convention food. No matter how amazingly tempted that $9 hot dog, or how tempting that $9 hot dog looks on the big screen, don't even think about it. Exactly my point. Everyone's looking at it. I know a way to sneak into the back area, and all we have to do is break into the main communication center and upload the flyer Kesha made into the rotation.
Whoa!
You wanna do what? Shh, keep your voice down, Teo. Unless you want to get arrested for being an accomplice. It's a genius plan. Everyone at Max will see our name in lights. Okay, so yeah, that's a less than legal way of getting the word out, but I have to admit, you've got me intrigued, and it definitely worked, but I don't know. Trust me.
What about?
Of course we need to go in disguise. So I'm already nicely disguised, but Kesha would need to switch into something way more distracting. Why more distracting exactly? To distract from your face, of course. I mean, it's a very good face. Why wouldn't anyone want to be distracted from it? I know I certainly wouldn't. Oh, she likes us. What I'm trying to say is people will remember the costume, not the person wearing it. Which means, Maid Kesha rides again. I knew it. Come on, you did so great on stage. Think of this as your encore. How about it? Let's not forget about magical Magical moon cuties. It's a valid alternative. Both options are valid, honestly. Splashy advertising would certainly drive foot traffic, even if getting it up there would be dodgy. Importantly, Iris could help us do it safely without anyone noticing. Safer than Ashley going off on her own to try this inadvisable stunt. But a highly anticipated indie might do the trick, and result in far less jail time. I want to heist. I want to go on a heist with Ashley. Wearing a disguise doesn't involve talking to strangers and sounds like more fun than batting my way through more sweaty pulsing crowds. Another excuse to wear the super cute maid outfit? Sign me up. Besides, don't know if going with Teo is something I could emotionally or mentally do at this point. My social media is at its limit after this morning. Ashley, let's do this. Fetch mine maid outfit. Fetch mine maid outfit, good sir. Ashley hands over the now familiar maid outfit, ready to go. As for Teo, his silence is already friends with this indie arcade developer. As for Teo, since he is already friends with this indie arcade developer, he's got an in on recruiting her for Rainbow High Road. He doesn't really need me. Teo, I have complete confidence in you. Lay it on real thick, play coy, say all the right words, wink a whole bunch, maybe flex your guns every once in a while. I demonstrate a big wink and use my entire face to show him how it's done. Like that. I like that. Push your glasses up. Maybe do like that. Like, Oh my. Is that how you entice people you're interested in? Yes. It's exactly how I do it. If you're wondering why I'll die alone, that's also why. Let's leave the flirting to me, shall we, Kesha? You're just jealous you don't have these mad skills. I mean skills. With a Z, like the cool kids say. Sure. Don't get into too much trouble without me. I don't want to see you on an episode of Cops tonight. I promise nothing, Teo. Good luck. I don't need luck. And don't forget to snatch a photo of Kasha. Oh, whoa. If you want, I can just wear this maid costume over to your place tonight. I don't know. What do you say? I don't need luck, and don't forget to snatch a photo of Kesha in the maid costume for me. You know it. I'm standing right here. I can hear every word. Peace. He walks away with a throbbing erection. As 3 went down to 2, I looked over at Ashley's expression, I looked over at Ashley, her expression brimming with excitement, and maybe even too much excitement. Had I made the right choice? I quickly scanned my memories from various cop and lawyer dramas I'd seen. What was the punishment for breaking and entering, trespassing, and tampering with equipment? Couldn't be more than, 10 years, or possibly death. But it too late to back down now. I had dug my own grave, perhaps literally, with Ashley. I should have saved right before that decision. I couldn't very well turn down that adventure with my cohort. One that might involve us getting handcuffed together. Ooh, it's getting spicy. Are you feeling okay, Kasha? Your face is flushed. Are you getting sick? No, I was just thinking about being handcuffed to you. Sorry. No, I'm fine. Really. If you say so. Oh, I'm as ready as I'll ever be. That's the spirit. So, what exactly is our plan? I'm so happy you asked. You see, the door next to the restrooms across... Oh, you see that door next to the restrooms across the expo hall? The one that has a sign that specifically states, authorized personnel only? That's the one. Kesha is worried now. Trust me. My trust wavered as she began rifling through her bag and removed a rolled-up poster board. As Ashley unraveled it, I noticed it looked oddly like blueprint. No. It was blueprints. Blueprints of the entire convention center. What? Why? Listen, all we have to do is go through these doors, snake our way along the corridors, and we're there. Her finger traced the exact route as she talked me through it. The communication center should be at the end of that passageway. Easy, right? Yep, easy. Easier than breaking the right stick on Killer Instinct. What? Easier than breaking the right stick on the Killer Instinct cabinet at the Funplex. Oh man, Naomi is always fixing that machine. It never works properly.
First, we'll get you changed. We can use the bathrooms for that. I'll play lookout while you get your maid on.
Oh yeah. So let me get this straight before I go in and change. If someone spots us while we are in our disguises, we just strip down and ditch the costumes?
One does not simply ditch the cosplay. We would change out of the costumes, hastily of course, and stash them in a secret safe place until we could retrieve them again.
Note to self, do not talk about disregarding Ashley's cosplay. Ever. Roger that. Leave disguises in a hiding spot. Make sure nothing bad happens to them.
Great! Now get in the bathroom and suit up for battle. Time's a-wastin'.
Here we are once again. It was a lot easier getting into the main dress a second time, and I could actually do it by myself while Ashley waited outside my stall. I look at my reflection staring back at me. Yeah! And I still look so freakishly adorable. I am never taking this off again. I am ready for this. Perfection. And now we commence with part 2. Ashley looks both ways before we exit the restroom. People don't seem fazed by us either. I guess seeing a maid and a butler at a convention is normal? In other words, it actually is the perfect disguise. We fit in by sticking out. Go figure. We shuffle back into the Hall of Max and stand in front of the looming doors with the authorized personnel only sign. Big red letters bore deep into my soul, reminding me of its unlawfulness in breaking the rules. Rules schmools. I'm no rule breaker. Let me through. Some red letters aren't going to hold me back. Yeah, not if it's a sweet lawbreaking time. Handcuffs have been teased, okay? I've been breaking my rules my entire life. Have you been, though? Would you consider eating pizza bagels every day breaking the rules of humanity? Oh gosh, yes, you are a most fearsome lawbreaker. You'll have to put me in handcuffs after all of this. I don't know what else to do. Alright. Abdullah the Butcher. Butcher. Let's go. Ashley grabs my hand and pushes onward through the door like she owns the place. I close my eyes tightly as I realize she's dragging me onto the other side. Confidence is key, Kesha. As the door closes behind me, I carefully open my eyes. We're alone. No big bad boss monster looms back here. No flashing lights or laser beam mazes we have to crawl through. It's just some industrial style back hallway. Simple brick walls, venting pipes overhead, and endless concrete floors. I'm honestly a little disappointed of how mundane it all is. Is this really it? These are just the access halls and rooms employees use. They don't have to travel across the con floor, or so they don't have to travel across the con floor. Nothing fancy. What exactly were you expecting? A horde of security guards, all with riot gear, maybe some intricate obstacle course? An eye scanner to confirm identification? Now, who has the overactive imagination? Sorry to burst your bubble, but nothing like that back here. Just you, me, and Iris.
Beep beep.
Hello, Ashley. Hello, Kesha. Are you ready for Operation Hot Dog Takedown? Yes, sir, Ashley, sir. Whoa. What is this Operation Warm Weenies thing? And Iris, why are you and Ashley in cahoots without me?
My sources say yes.
Ashley sent me all the information earlier, a copy of the flyer and her plans for removing all the other ads on the Jumbotrons. I'm still unclear on the hot dogs and why humans crave them, however. I'm still unclear as to why humans crave them. However, God dang it, I read that wrong again. I am still unclear on hot dogs and why humans crave them, however. I mean, why would you want compressed pig parts when pizza on a... Now, Iris. Between my computer skills and Iris, we've got everything we need to hack into the mainframe. She's going to be a great help. Wait, Max has a mainframe? And the mainframe... And is that mainframe the giant-sized room with a wall of hardware with spinning tape drivers and stuff? Nah, nothing like that. You'll see soon enough. According to the Max floor layout and the convention center blueprints, it should be this way. Ashley and I tiptoe our way closer to the communications room, taking our time to listen for footsteps and other noises. Nothing eventful happens. That is until we round the first bend. Oh, look, a nerd. We both spot a Max Enforcer leaning up against the wall. Luckily, his attention is diverted into furiously typing on his cell phone. We quickly duck back around the corner and collect our thoughts in hushed voices. What do we do now? We can't just walk down that hallway. True, our one path is blocked momentarily, but we can find a way past this. There might be another route we can take. Let's consult the blueprints. As we start to look, we hear footsteps. Ah, fuck. We don't have time for that, Ashley. Steps get louder and louder as he approaches us. He's coming straight down the hall toward us. There has to be something that we can do. I quickly scan our surroundings and see a broken off small shard of the concrete floor, broken off shard of the concrete floor and a shallow indent in the wall across from us. We have to act now. I bend over to pick up the delicate shard. It's not more than an inch across, but it's enough to make a sound if I throw it. I motion for Ashley to stand up against the wall and be as still as she can. Cautiously, I wait until I can see the blue of Max's Enforcer shirt and chuck a shard across the intersection. Hit the floor with a satisfying thud, and the Enforcer's attention is averted. Huh? What was that? The Enforcer turns toward the sound. His steps alter course the same direction. As he bends down to examine the fallen shard. I threw a whole sword over there. As he bends down to examine the fallen sword, I tug on Ashley's sleeve and gesture to my friend that the time to move is now. The Max Enforcer never sees us as we sneak carefully around the corner. We weren't out of the woods yet. Hoping to avoid, I'm assuming that's supposed to say avoid any more sentinels, we scurried the rest of the way until we reached the door to the communications room. We could tell we were at the correct place because the sign over it read communications room, unless it was a clever ruse. We did it. That was some quick thinking back there, Kesha. Now all we have to do is, I reach down, grabbing a hold of the door and turn it. Locked? Locked. Well, drat. Now where are we going to find the key? Who even has the key? Do we need to pickpocket a staffer? I don't even know how to pickpocket anyone. I've got this one, Kesha. Stunned, I watch as Ashley removes a bobby pin from her wig and begins to pick the lock on the door. What? I thought this was all movie magic. You can't really pick a lock with some simple hair accessory, right? Watch me. I do just that. She straightens out the bobby pin and then bends and twists until it breaks in two. Taking the newly crafted metal sticks, she inserts them both into the lock and begins fiddling with it. In a mere matter of minutes, I hear a click. And that's how you pick a lock. Next time I lock myself out of my apartment, I'm calling you instead of the locksmith. Of course, I'll drop what I'm doing and come right over. Can't have my very good friend cold and alone outside of her apartment. Ashley smiles brightly as she easily opens the door to the communications room. It's dark, save for the glow of several computer monitors. The layout is similar to the one where we awaited our moment on stage. I have no trouble finding what we're looking for. The main frame is really just some computers and security monitors showing different parts of Max. Each camera focusing on various angles of the main halls. Now, what do we have here? Ashley turns over one of the swivel chairs and sits down in front of the computer desk. Operation Hot Dog Takedown is underway. As if she's been working this job for several years, she begins clacking away at the keyboard. Alright, let's see what happens when we open this. Ah, yes, perfect. It appears to be a fairly simple data store. Nice of them to name it Jumbotron. That really cuts down on the sleuthing. Excellent, I can see all the ads and information they rotate through. Shouldn't be a problem. Okay, now I need Iris.
Iris online.
We'll plug this into the main computer. We'll plug Iris into the main computer. Hand me your phone. This won't hurt, Iris, right? Or nuke my phone? I'm on my second phone by this point. Relax, I'm a super duper hacker cutie. I know what I'm doing. I hand over my phone and Iris along with it. Ashley plugs Iris in, and the magic begins. Hacking the Gibson now, lowering firewalls, phasing pocket switch interlock.
Please enjoy this recorded music.
This may take some time. Please enjoy this recorded music. So, do we just sit around, or?
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for your patience. The intertubes are now unclogged. We're in. Great, now we just switch out all the hot dog ads with a flyer of the Rainbow High Road, and we can be on our merry way. Understood. That doesn't sound so bad. This is actually, dare I say it, somewhat fun? Huh, that's odd. Fun just stopped. I don't like odd. What's odd? What? It appears as though an unidentified hacker has been here before us. I could follow their trail if you would like. I'm sure it's just one of the employees who, lost their password and had to poke their way in. I'm not worried, plus we gotta get moving. Sure thing. The hot dog ads are removed from the Jumbotron rotation and replaced with ads for Rainbow High Road.
What about...
Iris, while you're in there, think you can take out all the ads for Deco's place too, just for good measure? Sure thing. Ashley revolves on the chair and turns back to face me. See, this was... Ashley is interrupted by the sudden burst of an awful noise. Quickly, she turns around the swivel chair to see a big red letters flash across the screen. Intruder detected. What does that mean, Ashley? Why would there be an intruder? Cash, you're pretty sure we are the intruder? That's bad, right? That's not good. That's worse than good. It means the convention center's security system knows we're here, and it knows we're altering their program. It's trying to thwart us. So yeah, not good is an accurate portrayal of our situation. Ugh, if only I were better at this, we wouldn't be in such a mess. As Iris and Ashley explained what was happening, I saw a timer pop up underneath the screen that kept flashing intruder detected. It was counting down from 5 minutes. Ashley? Iris? I pointed to the new problem. What the fuck? Once the flyer was uploaded, it triggered a security warning. I think the hacker who came through here sorta half-tripped it, so I didn't notice in time. Oops?
Poops.
Oh, poops. Why does this program even trigger a security warning? It's literally for ads. All we're doing is uploading a new ad. Relax, everything is fine. We just need to input the administrator password to shut the timer off. I don't actually know the administrator password, but I sort of slipped in around it to upload the ad, but we can't turn this off without actual credentials.
So, now it's a race against time. What would the person who runs this place use as a password?
A completely random sequence of lowercase and uppercase letters, numbers, and punctuations that we'd never actually guess, even if given a million years. I've been running a series of randomized characters in a brute force attempt ever since we started talking, but nothing yet.
It's all psychology. We just have to get inside their head. Let's see. Maybe I could go check their social media account, learn their pet's first name, combine that with their kid's birthday.
And that's when I plucked a little yellow square from the edge of the monitor that reads P455W0RD. Here it is.
Yeah, well, okay, that works too.
A few keystrokes later and the alarm stopped cold.
Yes!
Oh, looky, it's all fuzzy and stuff, but I can see our flyer up on the monitors. We did it. Yeah, we did it. Wait, we did it, or... we did it. Our Funplex is all over those screens. They'll know who's responsible, and we'll all get the death penalty? How did I not see the obvious hole in my logic before? Relax, 2 words. Relax, 2 words. Plausible deniability. It's the same flyer that's on Funplex's website already. Anybody could have uploaded it. Without evidence, they can't prove nothing. In fact, they'll find proof someone else was hacking the system earlier today, which means whoever that was, well, they'll get the blame. Okay, no death penalty. I can relax somewhat. Besides, we did it. Well, Iris and Ashley did it, mostly. Admittedly, Iris was the brawn and Ashley was the brain, or maybe it was the other way around. Either way, I'm completely stupefied. Since when is Ashley a tech whiz? Okay, I think we better get out of here, just in case. All those in favor of evacuation? Aye. Aye. We quickly abandoned ship, retracing back through the maze of tunnels to one of the main halls of Max, vanishing into the crowd.
Oh, wow!
Check out the screens. Our ads on all of them. Looking up, I can see our handiwork with my own 2 eyes. No more hot dogs, no more Deco's Palace, just Funplex propaganda. As I take in our moment of glory, I begin listening to the people surrounding us. Oh hey, that's the new thing on the Jumbotron. Rainbow High Road. Sounds interesting. There's a lot of tournaments too. We should check it out. How is it I've lived within spitting distance of a real arcade and never noticed it? I'm so there. Do you hear that, Ashley? Sounds like we killed it. Yes, we did. I am flabbergasted at how well Iris and Ashley work together. They were like 2 sides of the brain coming together as one being. It's like you've worked with an Iris before. You both knew exactly what to do. I try to familiarize myself with all the new tech, especially for costuming. You never know what you can implement into your next cosplay. I went through a phase in high school where I was really obsessed with cutting-edge electronics and technology. My group of friends got together during lunches and we'd just sit in homeroom and talk tech. In fact, that's what we called it, Tech Talk. We were all silly children at that point, watching too many hacker movies. One thing led to another, and we started wanting to know more. I think I was the only one who took it seriously, though. I even dressed up in cyberpunk fashion. I was completely obsessed. It became my passion for a good while. Eventually, however, everyone grew out of it. Except me. And by then, they all started mocking me for it, making fun of my punk outfits, or the fact that I spent all my time researching things like Androids and Raspberry Pi kits. It was awful. Some of my good friends whom I trusted completely turned on me. I began questioning myself and who I was and who I really wanted to be. Did I mention that did I want to be this badass cyberpunk technophile, or did I want to follow my friends onto their next big infatuation? I regret it to this day, but I gave up my dreams and followed my friends instead. At that time, they were what I had to believe in. Only now am I getting back into tech, due to the always changing culture of cosplay. People use LEDs and robotics to make their weapons look more badass or have animated wings. I always figured cosplay was, sewing and arts and crafts. It is, but it's a cross-discipline, Kesha. You haven't seen some of the more intensely complicated costumes I've made. Maybe I will, if you invite me over. Which reminds me of a certain someone going on about how arcade games involve electrical engineering, programming, graphic design, and even carpentry. Why don't you talk shop more with Naomi then? Huh? She's a techie, you're a techie, seems like you... Well, hang on, hold on. But what if they fall in love and they stop liking me? I'm supposed to be romancing both of these ladies, and I would like to invite me to your techie talk. Come on. She's a techie, you're a techie, seems like there should be plenty of overlap, but I've never seen you two talking electronics. Figured there wasn't really any overlap. Her tech... the kind of tech that enhances cosplay was invented after 1990X. Not her thing. I think Naomi wants more friends, ones she can relate to. Hey, I'm friends with her. Yeah, but she feels like she feels like she can't talk to you about things she really loves with anyone. She can't talk about the things she really loves with anyone. I spent a lot of time with her at Donnawood, so we're closer now. And trust me, I think she'd probably enjoy talking tech with you. I would like more friends to bounce some tech ideas off of. Who knows? Maybe we can teach each other something new.
Amazing!
I'm proud of myself. I took all that old knowledge and made it come through for us today. Think of what we've accomplished. You should be proud. You've worked hard. As for me, I barely helped, but my palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. Spaghetti on my spaghetti and spaghetti. Well, you can relax now. It's all over. You done good. But now that we removed all those hot dog ads, I sort of really want one. Really?
Yes!
Yeah, really. I'm starving. And honestly, just about anything sounds delicious. My tummy might regret it later, but right now I could eat a whole bucket of ridiculously overpriced con dogs. My mouth starts to water just thinking about ingesting food. I couldn't agree more. And if we suffer the effects of eating convention foods, at least we suffer together. See, that's the spirit. I think there's actually a food court just over yonder. Ashley and I only had to walk about 500 feet to find the nearest vendor actually selling the infamous Franks. We were both so hungry that we each ordered 3. After dressing them up with all the fixins, we bring them back. We bring our pack of dogs to the nearest table and settle in for a feast. Right as I'm about to take my first bite, I can't help but notice that Ashley hasn't stopped giggling since we sat down. Ashley, you okay over there? Yes, no, maybe. I just can't say it. I just can't say it, can I? What is it? It's too good, but no, I can't. What? What? Just say it. It's a real sausage fest in here. Ashley throws her head back and cackles wildly. I merely roll my eyes and groan. That bad, huh? Extremely. I let a smile curl my lips, even though it was a really terrible, no wait, exceptionally terrible joke. I can't help but be fond of Ashley's humor. In fact, I'm really fond of Ashley. She can always say something that will cheer me up or inspire me to try something new. And she's just so genuine and fun to be around. The more I keep thinking about her, the more I can feel my face flush. Why are you looking at me like that? Did I get ketchup on my forehead somehow? Why does this always happen to me? I'm the messiest eater. No, it's not that. Then what is it, Kesha? Can't help but feel shy. Should I tell Ashley about my feelings? Yeah, I might be crushing on you. Ashley, I've really enjoyed spending all this time with you lately. We have such a fun time together whenever we get up to hijinks like these and, well... Oh.
Oh my!
Oh.
I have a great time with you
She
too.
blushing? Hang on, hold on. She blushing? She might be. Hang on, hold on. Look at the replay. Nah, maybe not. I have a great time with you too, Kesha. And, well, I'd like to spend more time doing just that. Exactly what we're doing now, right outside the arcade. Just you and me.
Oh. Yes,
Oh.
please. Very much. I would like that.
Embarrassed and trying to hide her emotions, Ashley scarfs down another hot dog. We spend the rest of the meal both laughing together at each other's jokes and enjoying the other one's company. As we both get up from the table, Ashley puts her hand on my shoulder. Thanks for spending the entire day with me. It means a lot. Of course, I had a blast, even if it got a bit intense. I couldn't have spread the word about Rainbow High Road without you. Oh, it was nothing, really. Ashley leans over and quickly gives me a kiss on the cheek. Hell yeah! My heart pounds fiercely in my chest as I bring my hands up to where she placed her delicate lips on my skin. See you soon! Ashley turns and simply skips away, leaving me to watch her disappear into another crowd. All in all, a successful day.
Beep beep.
Kesha, you have a new text message. It was a tough sell without you there, but fortunately Michelle and I go way back. Magical Moon, god dang it. Magical Moon Cuties will debut at Rainbow High Road. Huh. Glad he was able to pull it off without me. You should see the size of Teo's social web. I tried mapping it and wow, it just keeps going and going. Yours, in contrast, is petite. And wow, adorably so. Right, time to head home. I promised I would meet Juniper just outside the main exit of the hall, and that's exactly where I was headed. The rush of fresh air hit me as I pushed through the double glass door, or as I pushed the double glass doors open. It was nice, refreshing, and had a much better smell than the one I had been around all day. Hey, Juniper. I didn't have to wait long until I saw Juniper. She bounced happily up to me. So, how was your first Max, Kesha? It was fantastic. The amount of support I got from my friends today was amazing. I know I can always count on them, and I feel like we've bonded closer as friends. Can't wait to go back next year, as to be expected with a convention. Although in your case, you really outdid yourself and you got smacked with 300% of what everyone else would have, yeah? How do you figure? Well, most people drop by Max to play some games, maybe attend a panel or two, do some shopping. They're here to be catered to. You, on the other hand, were doing all the catering. And like any good caterer, that means spinning plates and doing 12 different things at once. You found interesting ways to push Rainbow High Road and promote the Funplex as a whole. You worked your butt off to do it. So rather than attending Max, you were Max. Sure feels like it. I'm totally drained. Kinda envy you, you know? Sounds like you had some great adventures today. Other than designing that flyer, I didn't do much beyond playing a few games and buying cute t-shirts and stuff. But let me tell you, they really are super cute t-shirts. I'm glad I could support you though, even if it was just, by doodling up a flyer. Hardly a doodle, you did great work to design it. Hey, don't sell yourself short. That flyer looked super professional. I mean, no fun Comic Sans, but it's still pretty cool.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kesha. I really enjoy doing stuff like that. I don't exactly get a lot of opportunities at the office to express myself. Okay, let's go home and get some real rest. We've both earned it. In fact, I'd say we took it, Juniper don't, to the max. She's so happy with herself for that joke. After that moment, the rest of the evening was a bit of a blur. I'll make sure I hope I saved that in the right spot. Okay. Perfect. I knew that Juniper and I took the train back home, heated up some pizza bagels, and I safely made it into my comfy bed. I think I was still in shock. The beginning of the day, I thought no one was going to know about Rainbow High Road. We'd be stuck as a relatively unknown mom-and-pop arcade. But now it seems like the whole world knows. Which is great, but also pretty nerve-wracking. I sighed heavily, letting my mixed emotions flow over me. There was no turning back now. What I set in motion will stay in motion. It can only get bigger and better from here. At least that's what I'm going to keep telling myself as I drift to sleep. Proud of what I accomplished today, and I can't wait to tell everyone at the Funplex about what I've done. I hope they are proud of me too. And before I know it, Rainbow High Road will be upon us. And that is the end of Chapter 3. Achievement. 25 gamer score for taking it to the max. Got 100 gamer score out of this game today. Hooray. You've cleared level 3 of Arcade Spirits. A winner is you. Now, let's see your score. Still looks like I'm really hitting off with Naomi. I'm right there with Ashley as well. So there's 6 people you can romance. Definitely gone to the green heart side of things as opposed to the laughter part, which I thought would be what I would go for. You're proving to be a gentle, sweet, and compassionate soul. You also scored 12,250 points. Go for the high score. Actually, I don't know what the high score is, but hey, go for it anyway. Do you want to save your game before proceeding to level 4? Save the game. Almost overwrote the save. Okay. That is it for Arcade Spirits. Please. That is all. That's it. That's 2 chapters today. They were both shorter. That was just over that was just over 3 hours. 3 hours and 18 minutes as far as the recording time is concerned. So we'll continue this. I was kind of hoping that the chapters would get shorter, and that seems to be what happened. They got, I think that's like 1 hour and 40 minutes each, maybe, which is nice because the other one was 2 hours and 40 minutes just by itself. So we'll probably knock this out like 2 chapters at a time. So that would be, so chapter 1 is 1 part, 2 and 3 is part 2, 3 and 4. Wait, chapter 1, and then 2 and 3, and then 4 and 5, and then 6 and 7, and then maybe 8 will be by itself. But yeah, we'll continue to do it. The game is great. It does have kind of a weird thing where it really explains a lot of stuff. Sometimes it's helpful, sometimes it's not. I know what cosplay and crossplay is. I understand that. And to like sit through like a very long explanation of that is a little like, okay, I get it. Like, I understand this. But, you know, it balances out with other stuff that like I don't necessarily know off the top of my head. So all in all, it's a great game. We're working on romancing some people. We're right there with Ashley. We're right there with Naomi. Everybody else is kind of falling off. What I might try and do is try and boost things up with Queen Bee. Maybe, you know. But there you have it. 3 achievements out of this today for 100 gamer score, which is good. And I'm now over 199,000. So quickly approaching on 200k, which is pretty nuts. Which means I need to figure out what game I want to try and break that with. But now I've kind of goofed that up because I need to find a game that's worth 915. But that's a problem for a different day. Thank you so much for watching Arcade Spirits Part 2. Part 3 will be up next week on YouTube. It'll be streamed live, most likely on Wednesday. We'll probably try and burn through another part or chapter or 2 of the game. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye, YouTube.